Everclear Hunch Punch
Hello,
inside of a
everyone! Welcome back to Misty Mountain Streaming. I'm the
We're
D&D
talking about
Wannabe.
booze.
We're talking about booze. I'm the D&D
Yep,
Wannabe.
sorry,
My name
we're
is
talking over the
Rob.
intro.
Boy. Yeah.
Just like we're on Erik's stream.
Yeah, we just got started. It's a fucking madhouse already.
I apologize for my appearance today. If it looks as though I've been slaving over a hot stove, it's because I genuinely have. I've been slaving over a griddle, melting wax and decorating things for about 5 hours now. So,
Melting wax and decorating?
yes, we sell.
I know what that's for.
Yeah, we sell little potion bottles that if you shake them, then stuff happens.
Oh, yeah, swirls, yeah.
Yeah, and
When do the liquid dice happen? We need the ones that swirl in the middle.
man,
Good idea.
that's not my
That's
department.
$1 million
We've been
idea.
begging
I know,
for
I
it.
know.
They exist, and we've carried them. We just haven't had them consistently, and every time we get them, they sell out.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. People like them. I still like the stone and metal better, but
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on hollow things with skulls on them at the moment. But let's give a quick thank you to D20 Tales, who is a fellow adventurer in a program. That's who Katya and Rose and Russell and some of the gang are from, and Brad, and also lots of other people. Just gave us a follow on Twitch a couple days ago. Thank you guys so much for giving us the follow. And if you're new around here and new to this stream, we are Misty Mountain Streaming. We like to tell and experience great stories. And our favorite way to do that is by playing tabletop role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons or Call of Cthulhu, which is what we are here to do tonight with all of these lovely people, these returning faces. Let us hear from them and get to know them a little bit better before we get started. Let's start with... We'll go bottom right this time. Steven!
Hey, welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Steven. I'm Rob's twin brother. I'm the other half of his podcast, Bardic Twinspiration. I've been on the stream a couple of times before, including What Lurks in the Dark and the Rimehold Ritual. I am currently going to be here portraying Johnny Lawrence, the definitely not declining silent movie actor who is now making the transition to talkies a little bit less smoothly than perhaps he hoped he might. This is my third time playing Call of Cthulhu, and my first time in a third session playing the same character. So very excited to be here and see how this goes.
Thanks, Steven. Let's hear from Dr. Abernathy.
Oh, hey, my name is Mike, sometimes called Diggy, and by Steve and Rob, called Uncle Mike, for actual reasons, because I'm their uncle. Not just randomly. I've got a little YouTube channel where I talk about Pathfinder and some other things, but mostly just kind of to help my guys that have been playing my game for 30 years figure out what's going on. You're welcome to stop by if you're interested. I love Cthulhu. I love the mythos. I've played this game a few times. I've run it a few times, but I'm no more an expert than anybody else here. I'm playing Dr. Abernathy, a straight-laced physician who is hiding from an aggressive press who thinks he potentially killed his wife, which he definitely didn't do.
No, perish the thought.
That's it.
Fingers definitely not crossed where the camera can't see it.
Exactly.
I have been adjusting your camera just ever so slightly. If anyone thinks that Mike is floating around in his screen, that's because of me, not because of him.
Oh, I can make adjustments here.
I
I don't
thought that
have
was
any
a spell.
lights on in here. If you need them, I'll turn them on.
Nope, you look great. Katie!
Hello. Yes. My name is Katie. I'm a longtime tabletop player, but this is my first game of Call of Cthulhu. And whether or not my character Ellie Walker lasts much longer probably depends on if she can make smarter choices, and she won't be. I am the resident amateur D&D character artist, and I have 2 cats who have the zoomies right now that will be flying around behind me.
You know, I've said for a long time, and I believe it is true, if anyone pays you to do something, you are no longer an amateur, you are technically a professional. So you are a professional D&D character artist.
There you go.
You
I'll take
can
it.
upgrade yourself.
My birthday is in 10 days, so
10 days.
if anyone wants to buy
And
some
you will
art
be-
from me. I'm kidding.
If anyone wants to make me work for my birthday, I would appreciate
Otter
it.
birthday.
And last
On
and
my
certainly
birthday.
not least, Mr. Erik Braa.
Well, we'll debate about whether or not it's least. It is definitely last. I am Erik Braa. I'm an actor, voice talent. You can see me in things and stuff, or hear me, I should say. I am Jack Straven of Vel'Koz in League of Legends, or the Spirit Tree in Ori in the Blind Forest. I just did Master Koga for Hyrule Warrior. I don't know. I do stuff and things. Yes, I'm Master Koga. I will kill you all.
Katie's mind was just blown about one of those.
But yes, that is me. That is what I do. I also have a podcast going around that is a sleepy time broadcast that puts you to sleep. You can also find me on the Calm app reading sleep stories. So yeah, that's me. This is my first time playing Call of Cthulhu. It's really interesting and fun. And Jack Kealy is hopefully going to get the job done. We shall see.
I was trying to use my little shortcuts to get commands in the links to
Yeah, I
all your
noticed.
cool
I
people,
noticed.
and the links are not happening. So I'm going to be looking into that. Katie, tell me which little thing made you grasp your forehead a second ago while I stall.
I have been actually playing Ori and the Blind Forest for the past like 4 or 5 days.
Una Buddha Ori.
You just made my mind explode.
That was a really fun one too. I got to create the whole language. It was on the fly. Like we were absolutely on the fly making up the
Aw.
language as I went. It was, and then when I did the second one, they actually had pieces of the language, phonetically spelled out. So I would try to mimic what they had there, but they used pieces of what I created in the first one, which was really funny. Like day
That's
and
cool.
fire.
That's really neat.
Day and fire were basically skura. Like I would use a certain word every time. So I noticed in the second one they started using those too. So it was kind of fun. I got to create the language in a way on the fly, and then it actually has persisted into the second
awesome.
game. Yeah.
That is
That's
so
really
cool.
cool.
It's like you and Tolkien just right there next to
I
each
was
other.
just thinking
Yeah,
that.
right.
Languages.
Yeah. I don't no, that is not even a fair representation, Tolkien and me. My God. That man created an entire awesome world, and I have given voice to a couple of characters.
That is so cool.
Sometimes those who appear in here. Are you on Nightbot? Oh. We all just keep putting exclamation point Erik.
It worked last time for things.
Maybe this will be the one.
This will be the
No.
one. Nope.
It was not.
Ominous watermelon. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
what was it?
Redundant
The
name,
tomatoes.
you know?
What was
Are they
there
not
is
all-
a story.
Oh, killer tomatoes from outer space or whatever. That's what we're like. You just stare at it. It would just be this tomato sitting on the counter, and then suddenly it would just be the person's dead. You know that it leaped off the counter and somehow. Yeah. So that watermelon. Like I'm just like stared at me. It
has a story. I regret it sometimes, but I don't regret it because every time I pop into a chat, anybody who's streaming on Twitch, I instantly they're like the ominous watermelon. Why? Great conversation starter.
Rob.
Yep,
there's a watermelon somewhere in every episode. You just have to know where to look
Existential
for.
says that you need to relog into your light stream.
To my light stream. Oh, okay.
Or stream element, excuse me.
I can do that.
It sounds like Rob is muted.
Yeah, I was because I bid farewell to my employee who ran out the door and forgot to unmute myself. So I apologize. You didn't miss much, and thank you so much for pointing it out to me before I started running a game muted. That would be... I would die inside and possibly out.
Another opportunity to applaud the existential nerd. A wonderful person and human being. Aloha to you, sir, and thanks for roaming around and being a mod here at Misty Mountain Streaming.
Indeed.
You are well loved.
Streamer on Friday nights with us, soon to be streamer on other nights for us, and winner of last week's giveaway, which we are almost
that's
all the
right.
way to giving away stuff again. We are 13 subscriptions away from giving away another Water Buffalo Horn mug stuffed with dice to someone in
Give
the
it away,
chat.
give it away, give it away now.
Thank you. I appreciate that reference. All right, I relogged into the thing. Did that work? It did not, so we will bother about it later. Alrighty. I think that is all of the announcements we had. I will do more at the end concerning upcoming events. Anything from you guys, or should we recap and get started?
I got my Lucky Gary Con shirt on, so I can't possibly go insane.
If they're tuned in, I doubt they want to wait any longer.
That's
I'm ready.
fair enough. Okay, well. We're returning to the Hotel Excelsior, Chicago, 1932. The Depression has just kicked off. Prohibition is about to kick off in the opposite direction. It's about to end. And the four of you are residents here at the Hotel Excelsior for the time being, for your own various reasons. Yesterday was the first day that you were all four here at the same time. Dr. Abernathy has been staying here for several months. Ellie Walker has been working here for several months. Johnny Lawrence has been staying here.
Johnny
I almost
Walker.
said Johnny Walker.
I love it.
It was my first
Missed
time to get...
opportunity to name myself that.
I was about to say, that's
some
my first
filtered
time
whiskey.
getting a last name wrong. Johnny Lawrence has been here for a matter of days, and Jack Kealy just arrived yesterday. Now, during that time, a few interesting things have happened around the hotel. A mysterious woman has arrived, and known to Dr. Abernathy and shared with a select few, seems to have made some sort of a handoff with one of a pair of peculiar gentlemen, an older Eastern European fellow and a Southern reverend. Jack Kealy got lucky at some cards and took some money. I believe it was Mr. Kealy who won our little gambling game.
It was.
Against
I cleaned them out.
It was.
Apparently, that was
Mr.
not part of the
Lorenzo
plan.
Mr. Ricci, a ill-disguised mobster here at the hotel. And you all went to bed that evening. Jack Kealy had a little bit of an encounter during the night. His door unlocked itself, and in a fit of panic, he put a bullet through the door to make sure that he was protected from whatever might be on the other side. Seems like the bellboy was running away down the hall, if his eyes can be trusted, and when a policeman arrived, he seemed ill-interested in actually solving the case of whatever happened here, and eager to be nosing around the hotel, and told Mr. Kealy that he would be seeing a lot of him in the coming days. Also, when she got up in the morning, Ellie Walker went downstairs into Reverend Carver's room, where she had heard some chanting on the night previous, broke in using a set of lockpicks, saw that his room was peculiarly decorated in various scrawlings, we'll say. Different bits of text from several different books in several different languages. Wound up stealing one of these pages for herself that caught her interest in particular.
Little thief.
Dr. Abernathy awoke and made his way out to meet his man, Mr. Travis Cole, who insisted that today was not the day that it was. Dr. Abernathy failed to convince him on his own, but with the aid of the morning paper, managed to do so. And that leaves us with what Mr. Lawrence and Mr. Kealy are up to as they wake in the morning. So since Mr. Kealy had a little bit more of an eventful night, let's start with Johnny Lawrence. Johnny, you're waking up in the morning. How are you feeling? What are you doing?
Depends. Did I get woken up by a gunshot last night and all the sirens at all, or did I sleep like a baby?
I'm sure you slept like the dead.
I also remember you saying something about
It's also
us
downtown
all having
Chicago,
typical
so
dreams.
it's all kind of noisy anyway.
I think you said something about us all having fitful dreams too. Is that right?
Yeah, you woke up in the middle of the night for sure, coming off of a bad dream that you can't quite remember, but it cost you a little bit of sleep last night.
Gotcha. Well, I'll do the usual morning routine then. Maybe a little bit behind schedule. I might have slept in an extra half hour and woken up at 6:30, 6:15, something like that. Yeah, early riser. Get up and brush my teeth and read the paper while doing those little upside down sit up things. I guess I don't know what the names or exercises are called. I don't do them. But some morning workout before you take a
Johnny
hot
Lawrence
shower.
does.
Scottish showers, of course, the same kind that Sean Connery will one day take. Turn it all the way hot while you take the shower, and then turn it all the way cold right before you jump out. And then get dressed in his Wednesday suit, which looks suspiciously like his Monday suit. But hopefully no one will notice that.
All right, excellent. You get yourself ready, and it's off to begin your day. Where are you headed first? Is it breakfast? Is it hair of the dog? Is it the pool? Swim a few laps? What do we do?
Yeah, probably breakfast. Got to get in your 5 dozen eggs every morning. Help you get large.
That is a French custom, as I understand.
Yeah.
And you are a French actor, or an actor who plays a French person.
Yeah.
So down the elevator you go.
Jean Laurent.
Yeah. It's still my only joke, but I'm going to be laughing about it
So
no matter how
good.
long this goes on.
It's
It's a
great.
good joke. It's okay. You can milk it a little
I
bit.
like it. It's a good one.
Don't
Do what you gotta do.
encourage him. You get into the elevator this morning, Johnny, and would Steve, the player, roll a d6 for me, please? Someone's in the elevator with you today,
Every
and I
time.
want to know who it is.
Surprise me by asking for
Someone's ringing the bell.
non-D10 dice in
Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu.
You roll a
So hold on.
6, it's Cthulhu.
All right.
This escalated very quickly.
Big elevator.
Open the door and let
My
Cthulhu
dice
in.
closed something on my computer. Hold on.
I apologize, by the
It
way.
was a 1.
Thank you. I apologize, by the way, streaming people. Something is going on with my face these past couple of days. My eyes are perpetually
I think it's
irritated.
gorgeousness.
Well, thank you. That's Mr. Smooth
Because he had to
here.
look
But no, I'm constantly going to be rubbing my eyes and trying to moisturize them. I popped an allergy pill before we started, but it is not helping.
Well, it's
'Cause you have to
tough.
look at
When you stare at
the rest
Katie,
of
you go
us.
like, "What the hell?
you're
Are my eyes deceiving me?" Yeah, look at that.
That's real.
I mean, that's real.
All right. So a 1, you said.
Yep. 1.
Brilliant. You get into the elevator. You're on the 5th floor.
Yes.
Wait, what did he? Wait, he rolled a what?
1 on a d6.
Ah, on a d6. All right.
Yes.
I thought that was percentile. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what? We got a what?
I know he keeps throwing me off by
0,
asking for
0, what?
non-percentile dice.
You get into the elevator, and the person who is in it with you, riding it down from a previous floor, is the woman from Cards last night.
Which one? There were 3 of them.
The one who was playing, Miss Boyle.
Okay. The handsome broad in black.
The handsome broad in
That's
black.
how she appears in my notes.
She is not as in black nor as handsome this morning, you note. Whereas you took the time to put yourself together and dress yourself and present yourself as you want to present yourself. She is dressed in a knee-length skirt and a blouse with a jacket over it. Her hair is a nightmare. She doesn't have her face on today, and seems almost like a different person. In fact, you do a little bit of a double take before you notice, and she looks like she has not slept a wink. Like there's like makeup, even if she had put it on this morning, would not cover the bags under her eyes.
Did I get introduced to her last night, or did I only pick up her name from the
I thought
bartender?
you dropped a card.
Everybody got introduced to everybody.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Just making sure. Okay.
I just dropped a card on my
The
way
mobster
by.
guy made sure of that.
Good. Perfect. Okay. Good. So at least everyone who was there, I know their names. Sorry. Morning, Miss Boyle. You're looking today.
She looks at you and blinks for a moment as though trying to place you. Probably
Two
just
more times, and I know you're in trouble.
probably just tired.
Just out of it.
Just yeah. Just,
It's Johnny. We met last night.
Johnny. Good morning. She pushes her hair back and away from her face and pulls her chin up a little bit. Says, I apologize. I must look a fright.
Oh well, sun's hardly up. That's it. Oh, don't worry about it. This is where you're staying.
I love that you agreed with her. That is perfect. Yep, you sure do, but I'm sure there's a good reason for it.
Says,
There's no reason to. You don't have to worry about it. You're probably just on your way down to the pool, or to see the man at the desk. No shame in that. If I weren't up an hour before now, you should have seen me an hour before now. I wasn't dressed, but I still looked damn good.
Man, I looked almost as bad as you do.
Yeah, but I won't tell her that part.
she says, no, not the pool this morning. I seem to have misplaced something. Do you remember me going anywhere unusual, or did I leave anything behind at the where we were last night?
Miss Boyle, I'm not particularly acquainted with your habits, much as I would like to become so. But out of all the places that I saw you last night, there was just the mezzanine and the Midas Club.
I see. Yes, that sounds right. Thank you, Mr.
If it helps, if it helps, I saw you talking to a couple of other gentlemen that you seem to be more acquainted with. They might be able to help you out a little more. There was
She takes a step towards you in the elevator, and it's not like you had a lot of room between you before, but she gets quite close to you and says, "Who were they?"
Well, let's see. There was this bookish-looking sort of fellow.
I need to brush your teeth.
There was a man with a. There was a reverend, right? There was a man with a. Oh no! I already did that. That's good. Let's see. There was a man with a collar, and then of course there was the company that you kept in the Midas Club. There was myself. There was Dr. Abernathy. There was Miss.
I'm pleased that you didn't call me Dr. Mustache.
Well, we've been introduced now, I'll probably do that thing. I'll do there's Dr. Abernathy, that Travis fellow. There's Ellie Walker, the girl with the curls. I think about mentioning Jack Kealy. And then I just moved past. There was Lorenzo Ricci and Mr. Buchanan, and then there's maybe one other guy there.
Love it.
Let's see.
Any of those ring a bell?
She pushes her hair into a more appealing position, and kind of situates herself, trying to make up for the fact that she would absolutely scare children right now with the way that she looks.
Man, you're as harsh as Johnny.
Yeah. she's got a Helena Bonham Carter, like Bellatrix
I mean,
Did
Lestrange.
something
no,
about
no,
his face
the Helena
change?
Bonham
Like,
Carter and Fight Club sort of look to her.
like the sunken eyes, and she looks pale, and her hair is kind of Einsteining.
Oh,
like she's like she really could not have
Yeah,
slept
Helena
a
Bonham Carter,
wink
yeah.
last night.
Einsteining is a
Just
good
need
verb.
someone to
I'm
take
borrowing
care of
that.
her.
That is great.
But she kind of pets your arm and says, I will go upstairs and I'll put myself together. Perhaps you could point these gentlemen out to me.
Sure, doll. I'll help you retrace your steps. Hey, it might help if I knew what it was you were looking for. I can go ahead and start asking around while you're upstairs. I got nothing better to do today until Lena Lockwood wakes up, and I've heard that she doesn't start her day until at least 10 a.m.
She's,
I said Lockwood, and no one was proud of me.
why don't you, thank you. Sorry,
I
it's
am
just
proud of
that's
you.
kind of
I
the
am proud of you.
standard that we hold everyone else to.
I'm proud of you for actually
So-
getting the name correct.
Could you roll a charm for me, please?
Yeah, dice is what I need now. I'll use my Twilight Imperium dice, see if they like me better now than they do then.
Remember, you have a bonus die. Remember, you can push failed rolls.
Yep.
A bonus die awarded you by the chat should you choose to spend it. And Erik went around and bought several.
Yeah, sure.
Essential Nerd did.
Okay. The white one will be the ones.
Boop. How'd it go?
Double zeros is bad, right?
Double zeros is 100.
That's bad, right?
It's as bad as it gets.
That is
Okay.
a critical failure.
Well, then I got a 10. I got 2 zeros and a 1, and I'm like, oh, this matters a lot. Which of these is the ones?
If you got 2 zeros and a 1, that's an alt 1. That's a 0-1.
Yeah, but I rolled the advantage thing. So anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a 10. Which on my
So
charm
confused, right?
is a critical. No, not is the small success, not critical.
An
The other
extreme
one.
success.
Yes,
Okay.
that one.
0 plus 10 is
She
10.
says, it's a small velvet bag. It has some jewelry in it. Some that is worth quite a lot to me.
Taking notes. Okay. Sure, doll. I'll ask around, see if I see it in the lobby. Maybe take a. If I'm not there when you come down, you'll find me on the mezzanine or maybe the club. I'll be taking a look around, see if anyone's had it turn up. I'll make mental note to go and ask the Paul Byers, the bartender, see if he's seen it around.
Okay. Good job remembering Paul Byers.
I got a list.
The-
Lena Lockwood's in bold now.
The mezzanine bar is not likely to be open until the afternoon because prohibition or no prohibition, we are somewhat civilized here. But yes,
Like they wouldn't open up for me?
they might open up for you if Paul's in. Yeah.
Could always come down to the distillery in the basement. Try out my
I don't know
newest
that that's
hat.
there, but I could, and I might if I find out. I might.
So you reach your destination with the elevator. You get off at the mezzanine level where the Avalon bar is, and she continues to ride the elevator. She's going to go right back up with the intention of meeting you soon.
Perfect. All right, Johnny, everything is going your way today.
So you head in, you order yourself whatever you order yourself, and it arrives in short order, and it tastes as it should. Now, let's go a few floors up to the man with the hole in his door. Mr. Kealy, you had an eventful night. How are you doing this morning?
Waking up a tiny bit hungover.
Understandable.
But it's happening. What the hell? What the? Lights a smoke, and starts searching for any whiskey that he might have around
There
to
you
try to
go.
hair the dog this thing out.
That is a wonderful Hollywood attitude, especially for the time. Just
He takes the
first
he
thing you
takes
do in the
whi-
morning.
little sip of whiskey, and he swishes it around his mouth for hygiene's sake.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. You gotta brush
And
your
then
teeth.
Health benefits.
why not swallow the poison anyway?
Yeah.
And now he feels, okay, hold on a minute. What was going on? And then barely remembers everything that was happening and recalls something about someone at the door and investigates and finds the hole.
You check your gun and just to make sure, yeah, it's missing a round.
Yep, there's a bullet missing.
Go ahead and reload that. Might need it later.
Yep, I will do so. And I will try to find a piece of ice somewhere. I don't remember. Are these like appointed rooms where they have like a fridge thing or a little kitchenette, or is it just straight up you go to down the hall to get ice?
We're going to say down the hall to get ice. You have a, they want you to go downstairs and, like, avail yourself of
Right.
the breakfast and the meals and whatnot. So.
Well, he first goes down the hall to get the ice, and in a really, truly not cool moment, dunks his entire head into the ice machine, or the ice, whatever it is.
Yep.
I guess it's not a machine in 32, is it? The chips that they I'm sorry, there's a little monkey back there. This is breaking chips off of a giant ice block. I think.
I said before, I am going to have so many anachronisms in this game. So there's a proto ice machine down there where you can get some ice.
Oh, he like shoves his head into it, and
Very
The ice
sophisticated
machine was
for the
invented in
time.
1851.
There we go.
tries to
great.
throw some in the bucket, and then goes back to the room to get himself a shower and put himself together before he can head down to that breakfast.
Absolutely. You do all of that. Which floor are you on as I'm looking it up?
I believe I'm 501, so
You are
I think I
501.
was.
He is 501.
As you are coming back from the ice machine on the way to your shower, you pass a gentleman that you met last night, the Mr. Buchanan, one of the gentlemen who was looking forward to taking your money and whose money you took, as things turned out. He is coming up from. It looks like he was maybe taking a morning swim. He's got his trunks on and he has a towel thrown over him. You have an impressive physique under everything that you wear. What he was wearing last night did not flatter as much as it should have. He is still an incredible physical specimen, Mr. Buck. And
We're talking ripped, like Marvel diet kind of shit here. Or?
He is. He's not Marvel workout ripped, but he is like.
He's in good shape.
Does something every day and has not let anything go since his apparently very brief stint in the army.
I see.
But he's like, you would consider him like he could go to war today and do well.
Katie has never been paying more attention to this stream than she is while you describe.
Me and Lorenzo aren't that serious.
We're free to see.
Just so you know.
This was
You have very
It's actually
progressive
that.
1930s relationship.
this
What?
was who again though? Hold on. This wasn't Lorenzo.
No, this is Anthony Buchanan. He
Right. Okay.
confessed to you at over drinks and cards that he went into the army right when the Treaty of Versailles was signed, and he was poised and excited to be the next American hero right when the Great War ended.
Nice.
And it's clear that he took that a little hard. He was really excited to go shoot some people.
Is this the guy you used the picture of John Wayne for?
Yeah, let me. I forget. That
Yeah.
I
Oh,
have
that's
these
right.
things.
Okay, yeah, Buck.
Yeah, so
Buck.
I went back and watched some of the streams too, and I got confused about who Buck versus Buchanan was, but I realized
That's the same.
They're the
eventually
same.
that they must be the same person.
Yeah.
Let me throw him up here for the sake of things to help everyone if I can. There's the portraits.
He also went up earlier than everybody else, or earlier than some
There
of
you
us.
go.
I know.
Good old Anthony Buck Buchanan.
Yeah, there you go.
Looking a fine morning for you, sir. As he starts walking back to his room.
Says, Mr. Kealy, you sleep all right on the pile of money you made?
Don't worry about it. You'll get your chance to make it back as he makes his way into the door of his room.
As you start to close it, wide hand hits the side of the door and keeps it from shutting all the way. He says,
Keely's like, wait a minute, is something wrong with this door?
Easy to hold open with the giant hole in it.
yeah, says, something wrong with your door, Mr. Kealy?
Yeah, damn termites are crazy at this place.
Says, now you'll excuse my interest, but, you know, I stay on this floor, and I'm fairly certain I heard a gunshot last night.
Well, did you catch a culprit? No?
I
All
didn't.
right. Well,
I did not. However, I wanted to say, if, and he kind of looks at the door and looks at you, if you were looking to perhaps, do a little defending of yourself, or perhaps do a little sleuthing.
I'm
I've had my
jumpy,
eye
you
on
know.
I've had my eye on some folks around this hotel, and well, if you'd like someone to confide in and have a sympathetic ear,
Sympathetic ear. How's the talkie on this one? You see anything you want to share with anybody?
though I didn't see nothing, can't say that I did. Stayed in my room, minded my business. But he kind of looks you up and down, says, just was ready to defend myself. Take my meaning.
Yeah, well, we all are. Really, that's what it comes down to. You know, you got to defend yourself. So I was trying to do so, but I don't know where they went.
Says, so that was your gun, was it, Mr. Kealy?
It might have been.
Says, I'd enjoy comparing notes sometime. Sounded like the crack of a revolver to me. Of course, I was half asleep at the time.
Indeed.
I'll show you mine if you'll show me yours.
Oh, wow. I had a
Listen, my
feeling.
head is splitting open. We should save this for a little bit later time.
Says, of course. Well, let's do talk. I'm afraid I don't have any facts or figures to give you on last night. However, I would enjoy theorizing with you.
Sounds good. As he closes the door and goes to the shower.
Buck will, you see Buck leave through the hole in the door, making his way back towards his own room. You get your shower, you clean yourself up, fix yourself the way that you please, and you also head down towards breakfast.
Wrecking.
Ellie, I've refreshed my memory from last night. Are you heading down to work, or are you heading to get food after your adventure, your detour into Reverend Carver's room?
Yeah. So I figure in the mornings she would probably like have who serves the food? Is it Paul again? Like
No,
is he kind of
no.
dual?
There's a French maid,
Okay.
right? Or is she strictly for cleaning?
Cassette is a housekeeper.
Okay.
Um,
Jean Olivier is the French chef.
yes, he does not serve the
That's
food
John.
himself, though.
Yeah, figured.
He cooks.
Okay. Well, I figure she'd be headed down there pretty much first thing. Probably just swinging by to pick up some breakfast to go.
Okay. Is this your usual habit? Would he probably have like a plate or a covered dish or a doggy bag for you?
Yeah, it would definitely be kind of a daily thing. Because she starts out her mornings like very in work mode. So like not ready, not really like looking very, very good, you know? So yeah, she would just come by and pick it up in like a bag or something to go, like whatever they have.
Good. If I may ask, where is the paper?
It's like a burlap wrap thing with a stick through it, like a hobo.
I'll just carry it over my shoulder, like
Yeah.
going
You just
down in the
walk back to your
basement.
room.
The paper is folded up in her pocket. I figure she's wearing kind of like overalls, kind of, you know, like the apron style to keep the mess of whatever she does down there off of her regular clothes. So it's in like the pocket of that.
Okay.
So you're telling me that you didn't spend the time figuring out distilling?
Only a little bit.
You go down and you pick up whatever was left for you, and you make your way down into the basement. Mr. Cole and Dr. Abernathy, begging your pardon, you were shown that paper folded just so you could see the headline without having to open it up. Do you take the paper on down to breakfast, or was it really just, I just want to see?
No, I mean, I always take the paper to breakfast and read it while I eat whatever my specific, order of toast sliced diagonally and orange marmalade
With
and
half of the crust cut off, but not the other
egg
half.
And that sort of thing. Very Hercule Poirot, sort of in his breakfast order there. But remember, Travis went back to the room because I told him to go lie down, and I'm supposed to send some breakfast up to him, so I'll do that.
Okay, wonderful. You sit down to your table, and you have the little cloche plate waiting for you with your meal underneath it, and you set down the paper, and the gentleman comes by to fill your coffee just as you were arriving. And you remove the cloche, and there's your meal. Interestingly, your 3-minute eggs are not your 3-minute eggs. You have poached eggs today.
Isn't that yesterday's food?
Possibly. That is for you to decide, but whatever it is, it's not your normal order.
I'm just wondering if more people are confused about what day it is.
Perhaps.
As when the waiter comes by, I just raise a finger because I assume that's all it takes to get anybody's attention
at your tipping level. Correct.
At my credit rating level, which is a skill I'll roll anytime you ask me to. But I say, did Chef have trouble with the 3-minute boiled egg this morning?
The waiter kind of looks at your plate and sort of in disbelief and says, "Didn't even check. It is sir's normal order, and I apologize. I will alert Chef Olivier."
I grab his sleeve and I was like, "What do you mean it's my normal order? This is definitely not my normal order."
No, my apologies. I mean, it is not your normal order. 3-minute eggs is your normal order, and Chef Olivier knows that.
Yes, will you just check and make sure? I'm sure this is fine. I clearly don't like a surprise, and I say I love a surprise. And I mean, it couldn't be clearer that I hate a surprise. But I wouldn't want to be impolite or put anybody out because I have this weird dichotomy going on of wanting everything my way and wanting to not offend anyone. So I say I'm sure this will be fine, but please check on Chef and make sure he's all right. And also, would you prepare whatever you've prepared for me and take it up to my room? Mr. Cole isn't feeling well, and he's going to dine in the room this morning. If the sooner you could get food to him, the more I would appreciate it.
Yes, doctor, and I will. All of those things, yes, sir.
That's fine. And I pop the paper open and say, "I'll just drink my coffee and read while you sort things out."
He hustles away to make things happen as you dictate. You pop open the paper and you start having a read through. You were originally, on this particular morning, more interested in the events of, the particulars of the date than the headline itself, as might normally be your custom.
Right. And I'll say, but I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'll say that the reason he wants the paper every morning, I actually thought about this, because he's curious to see if the the rumblings about his wife's death have died down at all. Even though he hasn't told anybody that's why he wants the paper so bad.
I assumed it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
There are. They have ceased being front page news, but as you make your way through the paper, there is mention of the Great Pickle Company and doing that, and new promotions. And then as you keep reading through the article, it's like after the wake of the tragic death of Josephine Abernathy, and it goes on.
Right. So it's still in there.
The article that sort of captures your attention today, there are goings on. The headline is all about the stock market and the financial troubles of the day, and what steps on a national and local level are being taken to assuage the fears and make people lead more comfortable lives. But the article that kind of captures your interest is this this variety piece talking about how Professor Alvin Barlow is shocked and scandalized and offering a reward, is completely beside himself after at a recent exhibition here in the city of Chicago, one of his historical artifacts has been misplaced or stolen. It is apparently some trinket, some bauble unearthed in an Egyptian tomb sometime fairly recently that has been going on tour. Is a ankh on a necklace, an item called the Tears of Thoth. There is
Tears of what?
Of Thoth, Thoth, or Thoth, however you prefer.
Yeah.
He be pronounced. There's a picture of them in the article there, and it seems to be, and of course, is a black and white image, and a little grainier than maybe you would like, as it is clearly just a piece of a larger picture that has been blown up for interest. Seems to be an ankh with some jewel in the loop at the top of the ankh, and then a necklace with several circular medallions on it.
Do I have any familiarity with it? I'm I minored in archaeology. I know a little bit. Does it ring any bells? Is it famous? Is it just completely unknown to me?
It is a fairly recent discovery.
So I
you
wouldn't
have
have any
been
chance
reading.
of knowing it.
Well, you've been reading through the papers lately, and you might have been keeping up with the story and might be surprised that it is missing.
Okay.
Why don't we? I'm say either your library use or your archaeology, just to be keeping up with the Dow on this one, to see how much you know about it.
I am better at archaeology, so I will roll that, and I fail miserably. It is not worth what would be the consequences of pushing it.
Well, I was going to say, you have a bonus die afforded to you by the chat if you like to do that first.
I don't like using those retroactively, but I will. Thank you for reminding me, and I will do that.
I'm also retroactively awarding Steve his back from Erik's purchase.
So that worked out well because I missed an extreme success by 1%, but I did make a hard success with an ought 9.
An ought 9. Okay, excellent. Yes, bear with me a moment while I
whip this out.
What's that,
look
Erik?
up an answer for you.
While he whips it out.
Oh.
Probably more like while he whips it up.
Yep. I
He
missed
said,
that.
"Bear with
Just
me
so
a
you could
moment
say it
while
twice.
I said, whips this out.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me while I whip this out."
So, apart from the pyramids of in Giza and whatnot, there was an archaeological endeavor west of Cairo last year. Professor Alvin Barlow was one of the academics on the site, an enthusiast in ancient Egypt and general. Oh gosh, what is the word? Studying other culture, anthropology. Um, it seemed like sort of a fool's errand. They were out digging where nobody should be digging, but there was some buzz about Professor Barlow having some kind of a hunch or maybe a lead or a little bit of a leap of faith. And they wound up uncovering a long buried ruin with some various accoutrements in it. And the one that the press sort of latched onto were these tiers of Thoth. Or Thoth. I guess we should decide now how we're going to be pronouncing that and try and stick to it for the rest of the adventure.
Katie looked it up.
I got you. Yeah, I looked it up. It is Thoth.
Okay, alright, Thoth. Thoth, as you would know as an archaeologist, is a god of is a friendly god of knowledge in Egyptian culture, as well as a few other things, but that is sort of his primary portfolio. The tiers are a golden ankh with lapis inset stones that Professor Barlow maintains was used in some manner of ritual dear to the Egyptians and in some sort of segmented culture, some offshoot, maybe even a cult of the time. The particulars beyond that, and of course, you as an academic know there's more to it, but things that don't get put in the papers, don't get readers interested. And lots of Barlow's statements have the ellipses in them where they cut out what you imagine are long segments of information that would be incredibly boring to anyone other than you.
Right.
But they have been making their way through a little bit of a tour of the Midwest, and apparently here in Chicago they have gone missing.
Interesting. And do I have a general idea of like sort of the size of this, the tiers of Thaw? Like,
You would say that just kind of based on reference from the picture and other things that you have seen, the main ankh would fit across the palm of your hand.
okay,
Obviously, the rest of the necklace going around your neck would be a little bit larger and longer.
gotcha. Okay. Just trying to match it up to anything else I might have seen. I don't want to get too meta, but just making sure I have some sense of its size.
If you would like to justify your meta, you could always try an idea roll.
Okay, I like that
Let's do
idea.
that.
I like the idea of an idea roll. You might want to take away my
Well, Erik started off. We all started this session with bonus
oh,
dice.
with double.
And then Erik bought everyone one, so I've just been letting it ride.
Awesome. Even better.
So while you make your idea roll, and I believe that is intelligence, just
Yeah,
intelligence.
it's gonna be tough for me to fail an idea roll. I'm pretty stupid smart.
You're stupid smart, he says.
I almost made an extreme, but once again, it's just a hard.
Okay. Before I say that, hello to Malkara Darkwell, which is still a great name, especially on a Call of Cthulhu stream. That might have to be an
It
NPC
is.
level. And to Rob, how's it going, buddy? Thank you for showing up and tuning in tonight. Yeah, you think that sort of thing could fit easily inside of a book, perhaps in a black velvet bag, or into a handbag that it might come from. And whether or not it is necessarily true or not, you sitting here without the presence of coal and with 3-minute eggs arriving 4 minutes too late, your mind just kind of runs wild at, oh my goodness, that would explain the furtiveness. That would explain. But what would he want with that? And what would she?
The giant wad of cash and the yeah. Okay. All right. Well, and I think it's easy for Dr. Abernathy to take off on some conspiracy theory tangent too. I mean, he's been holed up here for a while.
Oh yeah, probably so.
And I mean, with every day being exactly the same until yesterday. So I think any sort of excitement, even though he's loath to admit it to himself, is something that he'll embrace.
As you are making these
gigantic leaps,
assumptions, yes.
Yeah.
You look over the top of your paper and see that Mr. Lawrence is finishing his meal, and you see Mr. Kealy coming in freshly showered to begin having his breakfast. You see several other familiar faces from last night beginning to appear around the around Avalon this morning. In fact, you look over and you see you almost didn't catch him in the first place. Another departure from the norm. Reverend Carver is off in a corner eating breakfast by himself, and in the time that you have been reading this article, has nearly finished.
All right. Well, I mean, as I see these people filing in, I'll, at least the ones that I know their names, if they get close enough, I'll say good morning to them. And, if anyone reacts, like, I picked up that Monsieur Lawrence may be looking for his next good meal. I'll offer him the seat that Travis isn't using if he'd like to join me.
Oh, I'm gonna pick up my plate and kind of unceremoniously move over there and slide in next to you, and then tuck everything back in. Doesn't your friend normally sit here?
He does, and that's why I'd like you to. He's not feeling well this morning. It's uncharacteristically unhealthy. The man's typically a rock, but I think last night's excitement overwhelmed him a little, and I recommended as his doctor that he rest a little today.
Well, I do hope it's not catching. I mean, I do hope he feels better.
I appreciate both of those. Yeah. And I pour him some coffee out of my, carafe.
Oh, well, cheers. Thank you.
You have props? I didn't know we were supposed to bring props.
The
What?
top of my it's just,
damn it, Steve.
What's on my desk?
Just gave you the tiniest coffee cup, though.
It's espresso.
It's a power play. It's Dr. Abernathy's coffee cup. So
yeah, mine's
Johnny's
very large. Mine's as big as my head.
Espresso, one of those little deals or whatever.
Gorilla, dude.
There we go. So, you've been here a pretty long time. Whole time I have you, always sitting here, got your routine. Do you normally partake in the activities of the club? Like that was my first time in there.
I have a drink in the evenings. But I've never seen the casino in action until last night. But there were so many strange happenings going on in the bar area with all the. I don't know if you noticed, there were some clandestine exchanges going on between the Reverend, and I nod towards him, and that European gentleman who I don't see here anymore, and your companion, Miss Boyle.
Well, this just went from small talk to something that I would be genuinely interested in.
Oh, there's much intrigue at the Hotel Excelsior, I assure you.
First off, knowing that Johnny is actually here to talk to is awake right now, so he's just trying to fill some time. But now this is this might actually
help him out with his next script.
This is the next thing or whatever. For first off, gossip. Yeah, and then also it might help his thing with friends. So like, no, he's like, I may have noticed some things, but what was it that you noticed?
Oh, just the exchange of packages and cash between the principals I just mentioned. Quite a thing. And don't be too forward with your new girlfriend because she carries a pistol in her purse.
It's mighty unusual for a dame.
Yes, dames don't normally carry firearms.
No, they don't. It's been a while since I carried one outside of.
Very pleased with myself for saying dames for the first time.
You're really living life on the edge there.
Exactly. I
Abernathy.
feel like
He's
quite the
he's now a
raconteur.
hardened man.
Exactly.
So it seems like this might be an interesting day after all.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
tell me, what else did you see with going on with Miss Boyle? Let me see. You said she paid them for something?
If I could interrupt, by the way, before that answer is given, Mr. Kealy, you are sat for your breakfast a couple of tables away. And it's a fairly quiet environment, and I assume you are just sort of tuned in to the world around you at all times, given your profession. I would like to invite you to eavesdrop
I would say
on
it's
this
slightly
conversation,
hazy.
maybe. Just sort of to share some knowledge around the players. Would you like to perhaps make a listen roll to see how much of this conversation you're picking up on?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Great idea.
And you have a bonus die from the chat once again, if you feel that it is needed.
I guess it's gonna be needed.
All right, making it go away for a second just to justify having made this button, and it's back. Thank you, Erik.
Magic button.
Oh god, it doesn't get any better. I am screwed. That is like an 82, and it's well over what I should be.
Ooh, gosh.
So I don't hear shit.
And that's with the
The
bonus
hangover
die.
is
82,
for
huh?
real. What's that?
The 82 is with the bonus die, huh? The other one was
Yeah.
worse. Yikes.
Yeah.
You could push the roll.
Funny enough, it was 85 and 82.
Oh, well, it's the 80 that you should be changing, not the 5 and the 2.
Oh,
So if you
sorry,
re-rolled,
my bad.
if you either way, whatever you rolled there, the 2 or the 5.
Well, that would change everything if I re-rolled that die.
Yeah.
You re-roll the 10.
Because that means I now have a 15.
A 15. That's probably a success, I imagine, for an
That is
investigator.
for
beyond
anyone.
success. Or actually, no, sorry, my 11 is my major, so I'm right before that. I guess I could use a couple luck.
So you are listening in, and you don't catch every word, but you're getting the gist of the conversation. You hear that Dr. Abernathy feels that Johnny should maybe be careful around his new girlfriend, and he leans forward and whispers, "Gun," in a little bit of a
Firearm.
Firearm. Thank you. With a little bit of a stage whisper. They're talking about some dame, and some clandestine things that were going on, and you just kind of resituate your chair and start amusing yourself with looking through the menu, and yeah, exactly. So as this conversation continues, you don't have to interject at all if you do not wish to, but Kealy is absorbing what is being said as they go on. And I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm beginning to try and share knowledge.
I like the idea of getting everybody together. Sometimes you just have to insert yourself. So, and if I notice him noticing us, I'll react to that as well.
All 4 of us become a team, the less downtime we all have. So.
Yes, the less likely I am to be the one that gets killed.
So
yeah, it's gonna be me for sure.
I have no doubt that you're going to be the first to go insane. Johnny's going to get himself killed just by talking to the wrong dame.
Fair enough.
Apparently, Jack just shoots first and asks questions later, so he's safe.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm hiding it with my head, but I decorated for tonight.
I noticed
That's
that.
great.
Yeah, I saw that when you got up. I was
I was
like,
wondering-
oh.
Okay,
How many
I gotta find something now.
I was wondering how many weeks your fat
You can
head
never
had
see
been
it.
hiding that.
Just today.
My attempt was to show the elevator
Wow.
hallway.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
that.
Wow.
They
Yeah, I
are
thought that was your
brothers.
room or something. You know, I don't know.
They are brothers, that's for sure.
So
This is
Your
the wrong
fat head was
time.
gonna be in the way.
well, he's got the big hair and the headphones, and you know. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
mhm.
you're saying Miss Boyle paid these folks a lot of money for something? Or
No, I'm saying
what the
she
woman done?
received a lot of money for something.
Oh,
Did you notice how easily she anteed up? That's the right phrase, right? Anteed up
Yeah,
at the
anteed up,
table last night
Mhm.
because she had a wad of bills that big in her little clutch bag.
I just dropped
She
my
will
cup.
splash the pot whenever the fuck she likes.
Fortunately, your cup is
Oh.
so small that no one noticed.
I'm gonna wipe. I'm just gonna wipe that up.
It got a teaspoon on you, so
It
no
wa-
big deal. On your Wednesday suit.
It's a play, this half player roast session.
It's like I don't know whether to be intimidated or whether to like
Or turned on.
Am I thinking this girl's a problem or this girl's a sugar mama? I'm caught in between those right now.
I say, and furthermore, and I spin the paper around and show him the article about Professor Barrow. And I say, furthermore, a rather interesting piece of Egyptian jewelry has gone missing. And here in the city, this very week, there are goings on in Chicago that may match up to what we've witnessed here. What do you think? Am I putting too much stock in a simple exchange in the bar last night?
Trying to think, is going to be nodding along while he's talking about it. It's like, yeah, those are two very crazy things that are happening. This city is a really weird place. Wait a minute, are you saying that you think that she was doing the thing that was taken and then it was exchanged to those guys for that big wad of bills and that was at the club?
It's very eloquent for an actor.
I can't do all that as well as it's going in.
No, that's great.
He's
though.
better when he's written.
And
He's
then
the peasant. That's all you
Abernathy
can fill
follows
it.
it exactly.
Line.
Writer strike.
I say that probably is exactly what I'm saying.
Johnny starts wondering if there is a reward for this sort of information. It's like,
I say I'm telling you this because actors are known for their discretion.
absolutely. The thing about actors is if it's not in that script, we don't say it.
Exactly.
Actors famously not known for ab-libbing.
Or giving political advice.
Or gossiping.
That's right. One thing they stay out of.
Gossip and politics, you bet.
I toss aside the tabloid that I
Oh,
was
wait.
continue this conversation.
Up over your shoulder. I say, did you get enough to eat? And I call the waiter over to make sure that you're getting whatever you want. I say, will you bring out some bacon and some eggs or whatever Mr. Lawrence needs? We're having an important conversation.
Oh yeah, I'll take all of it. Yes, thank you.
They're putting bacon in his pockets.
He eats like he hasn't eaten in days.
Johnny picks up the menu. It's like,
yes,
just from here to here, please.
I will have one of these, please.
He takes it and
trying that
walks
new
away,
whiskey
looking over his shoulder as he goes. They're gonna stop me, right? He's gonna realize what he said and stop me, right?
Rob, I've got to step away for 90 seconds if you want to put the camera on Ellie or something. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. In fact, I need to. Kealy, you were as aware as you need to be in all of that was just said. As you try not to clink too much with your knife and fork as you eat, so that you might drown out something important.
He's just gonna keep taking it in and hoping that his head will stop hurting, but he's very happy to get more information.
Yeah, hash browns aren't on the menu, but you order hash browns, so you can soak some of that up, and it will arrive shortly. That is
Something
Rob's
spelled 50 in the
hangover
town of
fix.
Is that really the hangover cure?
It is for me.
Hash browns?
Yeah, greasy hash browns.
Well, the grease I get.
It's the starch.
Downstairs, Ellie.
Yeah.
Hello.
You walk in to the basement.
He
of the
lives
area
on the first floor.
The boiler is there. Your still is there. The laundry area is there. Kind of the staff break room for the,
Mhm.
less front of house staff is down here. And you hear the whir of laundry machines and dryers going. And it always sounds, there's always sounds going through the pipes here. And this is not a young building, but it's not an old building, and it's starting to take on some personality. And as you get down here and begin your workday and you have your food with you, you hear sobbing down here. The sound of a woman crying.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Where's it coming from? What area?
Seems like maybe the laundry area.
Okay. Oh, geez. I'm gonna put my.
Raya ate your baby.
Well, I'm nosy. I'm gonna put my sandwich down, wrap it up, make sure it's wrapped up.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go look
Okay.
in the laundry room.
In the laundry room, you see, up to you whether or not she is your friend or not. She certainly considers you a friend. Is the new housekeeping hire Cassette Olivier.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's a pretty girl, a young girl, probably the youngest person on staff here at the hotel. And the younger sister of the cook up in the kitchens. The chef, begging your pardon. She has talked to you on an occasion before. She has come here because she was worried about her brother. Living here so far away from home, and she was hoping to try and talk him into coming back with her, but he seems to have roots down here. But something about his letters made her think that she needed some sisterly oversight, and so she got herself a job here doing whatever she could. She's normally quite a chipper and cheery individual, so to see her just so distraught is peculiar. And actually, she has some bed sheets in her face to mop up tears as she is in the middle of doing laundry.
Oh, okay.
She cries into them before she washes them.
Yeah, well,
She washes them with her
bleaching.
tears.
whether they are pre or post wash, you're not sure.
Right.
Ugh, gross.
Now there's
Please
mascara
let me
stains on
post-wash.
these.
Hotel bed sheets.
Yeah, I wouldn't put those anywhere close to my eyes.
They've been close to my eyes many a time.
I meant unwashed. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go over to her and put my hand on her shoulder. And
she starts.
Oh.
And didn't hear you
Yeah.
come in.
hey, buddy. So I see you're having a hard time. Sorry, cats distracted me.
Yes, it is not a good day.
Oh,
It's all right. I'm sorry. And she dabs at her face a little bit.
okay. I'm gonna take the sheet away from her. I'm gonna don't
Okay.
you stop that. And I've got I've got some rags tucked into my various little pockets here. They're not used yet because I haven't started working. I will take one of those out and give it to her instead. I don't see what was she sitting on a box or a chair or something?
It's like a shop
little
wipe.
chair down here for her to be doing that stuff with.
It actually makes noise of crinkling and sanding as he brushes the tears away.
Make a just because I'm fascinated by the prospect of this happening, would you make a luck roll for me?
Sure. As soon as you said someone was crying, I had my dice in my hands. Because I was scared.
It's a ghost.
Or is it?
Shit, that's a 53. Let me see if it passes. It does, because my luck's a 70, so I got a 53.
Good luck.
I was hoping you would be retrieving a handkerchief from a pocket that had the note in it, and it would come out when you pulled it out quickly. Shame.
No,
Anyway,
no.
no, you compartmentalized your pockets.
I'm stupid, but I'm lucky.
She accepts the rag and dabs her face with it. Thank you. You're very sweet. I'm sorry. I do not mean to trouble you with my woes. I can get back to work.
Okay, so no. And I'm gonna take her hand. Don't worry about it. Look at that. They made washing machines existed in this time, right?
We're going with yes.
Okay, yes. I'm gonna say, look, they made those, so we didn't have to do as much work. Come on.
She looks over at the machine just to make sure that it is indeed going and does not require her interference, and she will follow you wherever you're heading.
Okay, I'm gonna take her in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a secret project I've been working on.
Oh,
So
dear.
I normally distill whiskey, right?
Sure.
I figure for a couple of months now she's been working on honey mead.
Okay.
Which does take quite a while to finish, of course. But a few months in, it's about getting ready to do like taste tests and stuff. So there's like these big glass jugs full of this cloudy looking mead. They've got these little drippers on top, kind of like letting it air out as the yeast ferments. And I'm just gonna show it to her because my way of making her feel better is distracting her.
She will look at what you are offering to her and says, Miss Walker, it is so early.
It's fine. Listen, all across the planet is different times. In every single time zone, across the ocean, in this room, it doesn't matter if the sun's out. This is a 24/7 business.
She is immediately peer pressured into drinking what you offer her.
Awesome.
You are,
Well,
you are the
it's just
cool
a
older
little.
woman.
It's just like a little sample. It's not ready for like, a whole mug yet. It's just like a taste.
Fair enough. By the way, because I failed to mention it, and it only just occurred to me, make sure that you check your listen.
I was going to mention that too.
And check your charm, Johnny. Anything that we have rolled, make sure we're checking if we succeed. Not luck. Luck doesn't get it.
Yeah, I was about to say you can't check luck. It's fine.
Yeah, she immediately caves to peer pressure and drinks what you have handed her.
That's a lyric. You can't check luck.
Aw. Once she seems to be distracted, like the tears are no longer actively flowing, right? I'm gonna take her to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like towards my desk kind of area.
Wow.
As a distiller, you have a desk.
Well, not like a desk, but like a counter.
Don't give her a hard time.
Like a shelf. Not like a desk that you sit at, but
sure,
like a shelf that
you have your
sits
area.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna take her to my area.
Thank you very much for coming in today. I know you're a busy woman. I am also a busy woman.
We all went to go to your area.
No, I don't have a. Whoa. My brain's catching up on 3 sentences right now.
Sorry.
Okay. Taking her to the other side of the room, whatever is over there. And when she looks a little bit more relaxed. So that was a little weird. You want to talk about it?
He says, "You know, Miss Ellie, men, they are pigs.
Yeah, tell me
Brutes.
about it.
They make you such promises of the things they will do and what they will be and who you will be together, and then they ignore you. And after you share yourself with them, after you give in to love,
Man, I don't know what that's like at all, but that is just
Rejection.
Like it all, really?
you
I
poor
can only-
thing.
well,
Yeah.
dang, that's crazy. Anyways,
Never had to deal with rejection. Look
That's
at
nuts,
you.
yo.
you can't be rejected if you don't know that you are being rejected. Anyways, I get a little mad on her behalf. I'm like, yeah, they treat us like we're lower class citizens. I mean, one of these days we won't be.
To the moon.
He says, "It is a travesty. No, a tragedy. Tell me, your Lorenzo, does he treat you so?"
You know, he's a busy guy, and I mean, he's got stuff to do, and I got stuff to do, and it's yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Anyways,
That is
so
good to hear.
what's your guy's name?
He's 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 Hank.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
He's your drinking
Like
buddy.
Mr. Hank?
Hold on. Is his name just Hank and he's just a guy, or is it that Hank?
It's Mr. Hank.
Which is that Hank?
Oh, 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 honey, no,
No,
the married one.
he is married.
Wow. He's a dog.
Okay, so I'm going to go get her an actual whiskey now.
Yeah, because I think you need to.
And I'm going to put it into her hand.
She looks horrified.
It's
Look,
the
how
newlywed, right?
Newlywed.
Yeah.
Look, it burns at first and then it goes down smooth. You just gotta close your eyes. You got a guy, you know how it is.
This is no otra vez.
She sniffs experimentally at the whiskey and looks to you in a like. It is 8:30 a.m. and then drinks it because you said she should.
She trusts me so much. This is such a bad idea.
I've never been much of a day
You can send
drinker.
her into the Reverend's room to collect more stuff.
Look, if you can cry at 8 in the morning, you can drink at 8 in the morning.
Damn right.
Wow. That
Katie
ought to be on
Garrett's
our
in
t-shirts.
2023.
You're just pulling pieces of my life out now. I mean, what's happening?
So
No,
she-
don't
Are you
make that my
fucking spying on
legacy.
me? What's happening?
I want that to be the caption underneath the picture you draw of Ellie.
So she will start spinning you her sad tale that several days ago, as she was, making her way to the hotel, doing her job, that this nice man wanders by and seems to take an interest and strikes up a conversation, and they seem to hit it off. She sees him around a couple of times, and he seems very eager. He seems very, very interested in her, very caught up with her in a way that her young mind finds very appealing, and she's very appreciative of, especially being in a place where she knows so few people. And one thing sort of led to another, and they enjoyed a night of passion. And the next day, she looks to perhaps speak with him and interact with him, and he seems to be interested in her and be polite to her, but can't remember her name or what they have done together, and is just treating her as though he just met, and she finds that very strange, and that's been going on for a couple of days now, and she just thinks he's an absolute beast. As though it meant nothing to him.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
And she says, and
That's
things
weird.
that we did together you would not easily forget.
What's that? Yeah, I mean, I've ran into this guy. He was very, you know.
Oh, stay
You-
away
you-
from him, Miss Ellie, not even for my sake, but so that he does not break your heart as well.
Oh,
So handsy.
please. Nah. I mean, have you seen Buck walking around? If I'm leaving my guy, it's not for him. I'm just saying, go by the pool at 7:55 in the morning. You are gonna have a great day.
To forget all
Um,
about Mr. Hank Martin.
I love that.
Listen, she's gonna like put her hand on her shoulder. You gotta stop talking to him. Just don't let him get. It sounds like he's off of his rocker. He's got. Listen, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but he's married. He just got married, in fact, and she's sick. And she's here. I think she's here, right? She's
Yeah,
at the hotel. Yeah, she's here. So if she gets unsick,
I could not have known. He has the do not disturb outside of his room. I've never been inside. I've never cleaned it.
well,
It's very few people have the do not disturb in this hotel. I can count them on one hand.
And the springs are squeaking.
just curious. What room's he staying in?
She would probably know that. Because she can count them on one hand, she would know those off the top of her head. He's
Not
staying-
like I lockpick anything or break into people's rooms or anything.
No. Why would you do that? He's staying in 214.
Noted. Noted for no reason. Well, listen. Have your whiskey. Feel a little bit better. Know that it's not you, it's him. He's a piece of garbage. Like most of them are. And, finish up what you gotta do. And then tonight, we'll go find you a new one. There's plenty of them. I seen this reporter guy. He's looking pretty good underneath whatever he's wearing. I'm just telling you.
She nods.
And as an actor, if that's your thing, I think he's kind of a windbag, but
Thank you, Ellie, for encouraging me. She knocks back the rest of her whiskey and practically gags. Says, "We'll go back to work. The loads need changing."
well, as long as those are the only loads you're changing.
I think that's our cue for a break.
All
ladies
right.
and
Thank you,
gentlemen.
Katie, for going
18
there.
plus.
when
Remember, it is 18 plus.
I felt bad that I was about to say it, but you said it for me, so thank you.
Yes.
I saw you laughing to the side.
And thank you for the reminder. I do have it on the screen. I do have it in the title, but I did forget to say it at the top of the stream. We'll go ahead and take our break. It's about the halfway point to the stream. We'll try and be back here in about 8 minutes. Give us some time to refresh ourselves and stretch our muscles, and be back to continue to entertain you, hopefully, in a minute. Good job, everybody, so far, by the way. Glad we're getting to know some stuff going on around the Excelsior. We have some... I still won't have a video for you guys in the intermission, so we'll see you back in 18 minutes. Thank you very much. See you soon. Did I say 18? I meant 8. I'm so very sorry. See you in 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think a
Just
barter
numbs
system
you out
just.
for a
Welcome
half hour.
back, everybody. I just heard the words liquid novocaine and I'm sorry to have interrupted that, but I had already pressed the button.
That's my fault. I talk over the intro all the time.
No,
It's
it's
my
okay.
thing.
I do too.
I do have it muted right until I say something. So y'all's conversation should be sacred. However, one of these days, I should just find a way to release just what is said during the breaks. And make that
Actually,
its
be the
own
little
thing.
Twitch clips that you cut. It should just be the breaks.
That's a good thought there. During our first segment, Grimforge, fellow longtime subscriber, 17 months. And also,
We love Grim.
also Dungeon
Big
Master for
fan.
the play-by-post server with Katie and Steven and I. Came by and dropped his resub for the month. Also, hello to Mega Gorilla Dude, to Red Beans and Dice, who says, "Yay, more Call of Cthulhu!" And also to MMG Hive Mind, which is my boss. Hey, boss. glad you're here.
Thanks for letting me go to Gary Con. It was awesome.
That was awesome. I'm still not entirely over.
Speaking of boss,
that call.
I'm trying to. I'm telling him I want a DM and I want him to be in the game.
Oh,
wow.
he has famously never played
Yeah.
any
Get
role-playing game. Yeah. And he said at this point it's almost a joke of how long he can go and how successful he can become in this arena without
Right.
ever having
Without
picked up
ever
a die.
playing.
I would love that to be a goal. Please run for him, Erik. That would be so happy.
I'm trying. I was texting him on my way back from the dentist.
I also have a not country beer. It's not like craft beer, but it's Terrapin Luau, which is a passion fruit, orange, and guava IPA. So
Nice.
Something for you, Erik.
Do you like it?
It's
You had
better
me
than
right
most
till you said
IPAs.
IPA.
Tonight I'm drinking
Is this the first?
Revisions Reno, as fuck. It
That's
is a
great.
hazy double IPA that is utterly fantastic. It really has a lot of citrus note. It's really good. Really good.
Brilliant.
Should be the name of your autobiography.
That's right. Reno as fuck.
That sounds good. I want to try that.
Now's a good time to remind people, as Mike did before the break, that this is meant to be an 18-plus stream. We are adults. We are playing an adult game, and we are probably doing and discussing adult things. So I hope you are one as well.
If you're not,
sorry.
if you can get credit from sex ed.
If you're not, then you are like everyone else on the internet and lying about your age. So,
And yeah.
Or is-
You're waking up on your
Both Katie and I had a comment there, and both of us are still sober enough that we didn't finish our thought out loud.
it is an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that's
Hey.
like.
Let's move. Let's move to Mr. Jack Kealy. Jack, you've been listening to this conversation
shit.
going on. Dr. Abernathy, Dr. Mustache, and
Mustache.
Mr. Full of Himself are sitting over here having a conversation as plate after plate is being brought to this supposedly extremely affluent actor, who's definitely got to watch his figure for his next project.
Somebody found somebody to pay the tab.
Yeah. So you've been hearing all this. What are you doing and what are you thinking?
I am taking it all in, and the dame they referred to.
Yeah.
She is not down there, right? She went back up.
She went back up. She's probably expected any minute now. Not that Jack knows that.
Okay. I'm looking around, not seeing her. Just it's all going into notes, to be honest with you. It's all just like, all right, hold on, I'll think about this a minute. And finishing up his breakfast, and then looking to see if he could find Ricci.
That is a good call. You look around and you don't see him at breakfast. You don't know if that's normal or abnormal. But he doesn't seem to be down here. You look across at the mezzanine, you look down at the lobby. He's not visible from anywhere down here. But as you're having a look around, you do see someone you weren't expecting to see. You see that cop from last night is down at the desk talking to Miss Templeton.
Oh, I will finish up my food as best I can, wipe my face off, and head back down or head down there to see if I can check in with the local PD.
Okay. Let's see. That was Detective Drucker.
Simon Drucker.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You
know
head.
that name.
Excuse me. You head down to the lobby. You finish up. You pay up. You settle up and walk on down. As you were doing so, the bellhop is walking towards the elevator, and you see him see you, and like, big old boy gives you a berth as you come down, make your way towards the desk.
Sorry. Sorry, that was all me, player. The character sees him and then yeah. Sorry about that. And then heads to the desk. And when he gets there, instead of trying to listen in specifically, he leans against the counter waiting for his moment to ask for someone to change the door.
Okay, excellent.
There was a little issue last night.
There's something wrong with my door.
My door seems to have a really large peephole now. Like large enough to see me nude. I'd rather no one see that.
18 plus.
So as you are waiting here to make this comment, which you do make, of course, you hear coming into the conversation says, Miss Josephine saying, "I'm sorry, Detective. There's just no one here by that name. I can't invent someone to be here that just because you want them to be. I'm terribly sorry." And the detective says, "Look, I know he's here, and I'm gonna find him, and it's easier for you if you cooperate." And she kind of looks over and says, Mr. Kealy, so good. How can I help you this morning? Excuse me, Detective. How can I help you this morning?
Well, I have a problem with the door. Perhaps you have more important things. Lost people?
Oh, nothing, and she kind of darts her eyes at the detective, is more important to us here at the Hotel Excelsior than the satisfaction of our guests.
Right. Well, I got a problem with the door.
Yes,
my room.
the detective here was just mentioning something about that. We will have someone from maintenance up to replace that with the door from one of the empty rooms. We're terribly sorry for any inconvenience.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's great.
Unfortunately, it will mean that you won't get your deposit back on the room.
Yeah, it's fine. The studio will take care of that.
Okay, thank you so much for understanding.
Absolutely. I mean, thank you. I mean, yeah.
She starts writing out a note, a little bit of a reminder to herself to make sure that someone is sent up. You think probably more for your benefit so that you know she knows to take care of you than actually for her to remember it.
I do that little counter thing where she's dealing with it now, and I sort of lift off and leave one there and look over at the detective. You, missing people.
Says, you might say that. It's, a local thug, criminal of sorts, I believe to be responsible for quite a few, shall we say, more than misdemeanors in the area. We're sort of trying to sniff out. I think that he's probably holed up here, although Miss Templeton does not seem to be incredibly cooperative today.
Cooperative, or is he not here?
He's not here. It depends on who you ask.
What's this bloke's name again?
It goes by a few. These days, it goes by Ricci. It's mixed up with the Bellissimo mob. Hitman for them. It's gone underground ever since shooting a cop.
Oop. Wait a minute. What'd you say your name was again?
Drucker. Detective Drucker.
Ah, I think I see what's going on here.
How do you now?
Was he a brother or a father?
Kind of looks side-eyed at you. He was my brother. So I see you read the papers, Mr. Kealy.
Sure, the papers are great. Real wealth of information. And sometimes just straight myth.
Well, if you know anything, Mr. Kealy, I would be most appreciative to be told. You know, these latest events, personal interests aside, would be a very useful information to the Force. We could take down more than just Ricci with his testimony.
Hey,
If
5 by
he
5.
makes it back to the station.
I read you. I got it.
Well, I believe you know how to contact me. I trust that if you know anything or see anything, I will be hearing from you.
You got it.
I'll deal with you later. Kind of gives an icy glare at Templeton and moves beyond the elevators and out the door. He's going to look into something somewhere. Making his way back towards the pool area, as a matter of fact. Not sure if he knows that or not, but that's where he's heading. Miss Templeton looks somewhat deflated, like she had been puffing herself up the entire time she's here, and as soon as he walks away. Goodness, is it aggravating?
Well, you know, he's got a little bit of a vendetta.
You don't say. Do you know the man?
Well, I can't say I know him, but I know his reasons.
She doesn't seem to know what to make of that. Well, leastwise, you will have a new door very shortly, Mr. Kealy.
You are an absolute delight, and I appreciate your service. Thank you.
She clutches her pearls.
He slides over an adequate tip, I guess. I mean, what is this, the 30? So it's like
Yeah.
$1?
Yeah,
No,
that's
yeah,
That's like a pretty good tip, right?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
That ain't bad.
solid.
She says, "Thank you so very much." She says,
and thank you for wonderful service.
she slips that away, and the phone starts to ring, and she picks it up and takes a call from one of the rooms. What's next on your agenda? You're here at the desk, by the way, and you had a quick look over there to see things, and you see that there's actually a register of different rooms in the place. And it's possible you might notice something interesting while you're having a peek over there. Do you want to try your spot hidden, Mr. Fixer Man?
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Absolutely. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just super excited about that. That would be it's even better than my best roll.
Oh,
That's
it's
extreme success.
extreme
It's a
success.
15.
Goodness. Okay. I forget how good you are at things.
No, that was just the roll, man.
That was just the, well, I mean,
that
you're
was 100% the roll.
because
Don't forget
this
to
is
check
all. Yeah,
I
do
checked
check it. So, roll me. Just take that D10 you rolled a second ago and roll it again, and I'll give you some info.
A D. Oh, just a regular D10. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I got the 0, so I got 10.
You got 10. All right. So, everyone is welcome to grab some notes so you'll be able to have this info later, but currently Jack is the one that knows it. In that little glance, your practically photographic memory clocks a few things upside down, and you turn down, flip it, and reverse it so that you can actually read it in your mind.
Oh man, I TLC that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Misty Elliott that shit.
So
I flip it and reverse it.
You get the fact that Reverend Elijah Carver, someone you have not personally spoken to, is in room 101. You have someone named Elizabeth Bell, spelled like Beauty and the Beast Bell, is in room 301. Lorenzo Ricci is in room 404. Jack already knew that, but you see it there. But it's not a name. It's not written in the register. Instead, it is marked as.
Oh, please tell me it's an onk. It's like Prince.
It is marked out as being under service. So, according to the hotel ledger, no one is in that room.
All right.
You see Buck Buchanan. You know he's on the 5th floor there with you. Apparently, he's staying in room 510. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. You see your own name. You see that Miss Frances Boyle is in room 603. Miss Lena Lockwood is in room 806.
Yeah, I walked into a door.
You see Everett Abernathy in room, in the 7th floor, and every other floor on floor 7 is scratched out. Every other room in that floor, sorry. And you see Friedrich Bauer is in room 904. You could have not rolled a 10 and had me give away almost every room in this hotel, but you decided to roll a 10, and so now you know almost every room in this hotel.
I love it. I am, let's see. I'm already all put together. I don't really
Oh,
need to
T.L. Holdren. Hey, buddy. Sorry I missed you coming in. Hello. T.L. Holdren is probably half the reason we got to do a giveaway last week, so I wanted to say hello.
Oh, he's tons of the reasons that nobody's watching ads right now.
That's true.
Yeah, sorry. That's like, okay, cool. And then he had already thanked her for her service. He
Yes.
steps away. At this point, it's what time of day?
It is between 8 and 9 a.m.
Oh, wow. It really is early.
It is early.
I am going to take the elevator to the 4th floor.
All right.
And then I'm going to be, if somebody sees me, I'll be like, oh, wrong room or wrong floors. Oops.
Well,
But if no one sees me, I'm gonna see if I can hear anything at the Ricci's door.
sounds good. You come to the elevator to ascend. And as the elevator arrives, someone is departing as you were embarking towards the elevator. It is who else but Miss Frances Boyle. Gone is the tight black dress from last night. Instead, she has donned a sundress for the day. Floral pattern, greens, pinks, and white. And she has her little white gloves on and her same clutch from last night, you notice. Doesn't go with the outfit anymore, but she still has it. And as you excuse her, to let her off the elevator, she does not say good morning to you or really acknowledge you in any particular way, but makes her way towards the Avalon bar. And I would like you, if you would, please, just to roll sense motive.
Psychology.
Psychology. Thank you. Sorry. I've started playing enough games that it's all different.
Oh, man! Thank you. That would be a 13. Which
13?
actually go lower than my best roll. Yeah,
She
14 is my best.
You think she may not recognize you. You look as good as you did last night. But she's looking at you and excusing herself, not in a, like, ignoring you way, just kind of in a polite, that sort of polite way that you don't mind a stranger.
And you won all her money last night.
And you won all her money last night.
I like I said, I'm polite. She walks off. She doesn't recognize me. I think that's strange. And I watch where she's walking. Do I see anybody waiting for her?
She seems to be making her way towards Dr. Abernathy's table.
Huh. Not what I would have thought. But I can't stand there very conspicuous, so I have to get on the elevator.
Okay. You go up, and we can go ahead and give me a listen check when you make it to his door. You don't encounter anyone else in the hallway. Remember, you have a bonus die. Remember, you have you can push a roll if you fail it.
Let's see. Yep, I will need it if I'm. So wait, 005
is 5.
It's not 105.
Hey,
Oh,
great.
well, then that's a fantastic roll.
Yes, it's a
I got a
fantastic
5.
roll. All right. You listen at the door, and there's definitely someone inside. And it sounds like that person is having a one-sided conversation. You smell that cigar again, just like you did last night. It's eking its way out of the hallway, the stench of this Cuban. And the one-sided conversation, you just like, he's on the telephone. A lot of words don't make it through the door. It seems as though person inside is not speaking even in a conversational tone, even in the inside. Even on the phone in a private room, they're seeming to having a hushed conversation.
I checked the door to see if it's unlocked.
You jiggle the knob and it is locked.
Damn.
However, as you are listening with such a good success, you hear a few words through it. You hear Capone? Dead? You got it. Out of here. As you were listening.
You got her?
You've got to. You gotta.
Oh, you've got to. And then out of here? Is that what it was?
Yep.
I then decide it's time to knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. You hear nothing from inside. The little bit of that you did hear stops. And you don't receive an answer.
Housekeeping!
I think that's a disguise roll.
Is that?
So,
am I disguising myself?
Fast
Yeah, okay.
talk.
let me think about this real quick.
And by the way, if you already have something checked, you can't check it again, right?
No,
That's right.
It can't be double checked. So,
I never double check anything.
above board, like off the table. This room is not supposed to receive housekeeping because it is out of service.
It's not occupied.
It's unoccupied. So,
But does he know that?
well, this being above board, yes, he knows that. So I'm trying to
Oh,
decide.
am I the only one breaking up?
Or are
Yes.
Yeah,
I can hear Rob.
We're doing okay. Can you hear us?
Oh,
Okay.
so it's me. It's me. No, you guys were all breaking up, so I was like, it must be me.
Oh gosh. Okay. Not that Jack Kealy knows this, but I don't think there is a there's always a chance. They do have a ditzy French girl working as their housekeeper. So you can roll.
Thank you.
Is
To all of it.
it deception, Mike? What is the skill?
I mean,
here?
it's either fast talk. If he's trying to fool somebody, they don't have to be able to see him. If he's just trying to fool them momentarily, because they're obviously gonna know that he's not housekeeping the moment they open the door.
Yeah.
So it's either fast talk or disguise. If you think disguise is him trying to mimic a voice, and typically you just go with whatever the player's best at.
Well, I have no numbers for fast talk.
Let's try disguise then.
All right.
And I'm gonna make this is not a normal difficulty to disguise yourself as this person. So it'll be a hard...
This person you've never met.
You need a hard success.
Yeah, yep. I failed that pretty miserably.
Okay.
69, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
You sound like a California detective in the hall.
You could push the roll if you wanted to try and succeed in spite of yourself. If you decided to push the roll, and you failed, not only would he realize that the person on the outside of the door is not housekeeping, he would know who it was pretending to be housekeeping.
I instead, I instead wait to hear again. If I hear nothing, I'll wait like 20, 30 seconds, and then I'll just walk away.
Okay, you successfully walk away.
I will stay on that floor, and I will keep my eyes on that door.
Okay. Just move yourself down to a corner, kind of situate yourself next to a decorative plant, bust out a cigarette, and be ready to kill some time, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let us move focus. I think it's been the longest since we've been back with Abernathy and Lawrence at this point. So you guys are having this discussion. The rest of the world kind of faded away for a second as you guys have had a chance to talk. If there was more that you wish to say before Miss Boyle is heading towards your table, please feel free to do so. But shortly, Miss Boyle will be arriving at your table.
No, Abernathy's enjoying going down this rabbit hole. It's a distraction, and he needs one. And he's also, while he's trying to immerse himself in this conspiratorial distraction, he's just fascinated by how much Mr. Lawrence is eating.
Yeah, I got a stack of like Dagwood pancakes, like putting them up here and working my way down.
I mean, he's never seen anybody eat that much.
Especially
Like, in his
slim,
life,
trim
he's not.
Hollywood movie
I mean, like
star.
the guy's not a bottomless hole, but I mean, he wakes up at 6 a.m. and starts working out. So
Look,
this is
frankly, you don't want to have to pay for lunch or dinner, so you're trying.
Yeah, exactly.
To,
like yeah,
three meals.
If I'm not hungry
right
at
now.
lunch, then hey, all right, you just
You get that
tuck it
food
away for
snake
later.
going.
The only question I have, does Chef ever respond to the fact that my meal was wrong?
Yes, he would want to do that. First of all, you receive the correct eggs. And I will address that here in a minute.
That's fine. There's a nuance there that I care about from a story perspective, and also I make sure that food makes it to Travis. But other than that,
yes, that has been handled.
Miss Boyle can show up. And by the way, it drove me crazy trying to figure out who your picture of Miss Boyle was. I think it is a early 50s era Ava Gardner, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that is correct. I will have to go back and check myself.
Anyway, I struggled with that for like an hour and a half after one of the streams. Because I knew I recognized.
We'll throw her back up there.
Yeah, I think that's Ava Gardner. I think she 18.
Yeah, I've got
plus
Ava Gardner pulled up. That
Frank
seems to
Sinatra.
track.
I know the answers to some of these. I do not know the answers to others, but they are all of the era intentionally. I'm glad people are enjoying this game, even if it's just me and Mike.
Well, like I say, I think that is not a 20s or 30s era picture. I think that is her in the late 40s, actually. Anyway, go ahead.
Jesus, Mike, you're on the show. You're tearing apart.
I'm destroying the
immersion.
the immersion. Go ahead.
Yes, then. Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, so Johnny, and for his part, is going to be getting wrapped up in this sort of thing, because again, he's, fascinated by things outside of himself. He's just usually not very invested in them. But this is of particular interest because it's, stuff that's going on around him, and he's been cooped up in this hotel for a couple of days waiting for something to happen. And to find out that there's, there's already stuff going on. Like I was playing cards with these people last night. They could be mafia people. They could be crooks. That sort of thing. This, like, it is equal parts, like scary and exciting. Like all the fun stuff that's ever happened in his life has been written for someone else's entertainment, So he's literally and figuratively eating this up. Anyway. All right. So
I can't believe we can get anything else in.
So, you think that maybe she's the thief, or maybe she's the middleman, like, making some sort of handoff to these guys. Like, but what would these guys, a priest and a professor looking sort of looking guy, like, what would they be wanting with this artifact thing?
So,
and where
you've
they
already
that sort of money, like
your
my
cursory
uncle
analysis is more in depth than anything I could have come up with if I had thought about this all day. I don't know about middlemen or handoffs or whatever, but it is an odd collection of individuals. This European, this Reverend, and this, I don't know, this starlet almost with the wad of cash. And it sounds like one of your stories, one of your movie plots.
If I've learned one thing from the movies, it's dames are trouble, especially the good-looking ones.
Wisdom, I love it. Dames are trouble. Indeed.
Just like one of the movies that I was in. If
one of the many movies that I was in. One of the many successful movies that I was in.
Right.
They say these two parties were meeting in an airport, and they had a briefcase. The briefcase was what contained the contraband, like the goods, the package. We called it the package. On the set, and it's like we never really actually decided what was in the package. Come to think of it, it was kind of like not important to the whole story or anything. But anyway,
no, it just glue when you open the briefcase up.
So the thieves were trying to make a handoff. So anyway, so the thieves were trying to make the handoff to the Germans, and so they were everything was trying to be as clandestine as possible.
The only reason I noticed it was because it was all so incredibly unnecessary. Had one of them just handed something, and I was like, slide my newspaper over to you. If it simply handed it to you, and then you had handed it to someone else, it wouldn't have been interesting. But instead, they went out of their way to have false inserts inside of books, and to cover things with hats, and to scrape things into purses off of tables while looking in other directions. It was all quite incredibly unnecessary.
Well, what that probably means is that these folks who are involved in this sort of thing are probably getting their ideas from pictures. Because if they would actually making some sort of handoff,
I never would have thought of anything so ridiculous.
They're just mimicking what they've seen on the silver screen. It means they're not professionals. It means that this is probably someone's first time doing this sort of thing, which makes sense, because if you're going to try to make a handoff, why pose as a creepy priest or a stuffy professor?
So your theory is that they are amateurs because they don't behave like actors.
No, because they do behave like... you know what? Strike that from the record. Hey, can I get some more syrup for these pancakes?
Get it warmed. It's much better warm.
I said, no,
I'm
see,
just going to point out that
but that's my point. Is that they are acting like they would in the movies, which is entirely unnecessary. You do you overact in movies so that people can see what you're doing.
I see.
Yeah,
But it's
if
unlikely
you
they're
think
doing this
that's
for
how someone
entertainment.
behaves clandestinely, then that's what you do in real life.
Johnny
Movies
Lawrence
are
is
really
just
a
assured that this is
terrible
their
way to
kink.
live.
I lean in on my chin and I go, I am completely confused by your ideas.
You and me both.
As you are having this conversation, a gentleman approaches the table.
We don't
and
need any of those.
This is him. Neither of you, I don't believe, have personally met this gentleman before. But he is dressed in a smart chef's coat, and he has the hat. And he approaches the table with some warm syrup, which he sets down in front of Mr. Lawrence, and turns and says, Dr. Abernathy, I am so contrite, so sorry for what I have done for you this day. I did not, the server told me that I have bungled your order for you. It wounds me to know that I have ruined an otherwise perfect meal for you. My deepest apologies.
I mean, I wouldn't call it otherwise perfect, but
He raises an eyebrow.
I say, but as usual, the eggs I requested are perfection. And the fact that I had to wait a short time only gave me an opportunity to speak more with Mr. Lawrence here. Monsieur Laurent.
He turns and claps a hand to his coat and says, No, it cannot be. Jacques
Feel free to
Revenue?
speak French in front of me. I won't understand, but it's fine.
Yes, finally, someone who recognizes me for one of my.
I love Jacques Revenue. He's an inspiration. It makes me proud to be French. We should actually have
That is
a
great.
French Secret Service.
as popular as Jerry Lewis.
You're an amazing actor. Yeah, I'm an enormous fan of yours.
Oh well, yeah,
Please,
merci,
please.
merci. I appreciate. I really
Merci.
appreciate.
Would you do the thing? Yes.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna roll acting because maybe it'll get better.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'll do the inspiration thing. Hold on.
Wait,
Notice
wait, the acting
dice.
one?
Those hate me. Nope. We're gonna skip those and move on
Is there an
to
acting one? What the?
There is. It's a craft that he can have
Oh, it's a
pursued.
craft, right?
You can kind of define your own craft. You know, be a
Yeah, I ended up having
sculptor or a
photography.
Yeah, it's like
dancer or-
disguises and voices and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm a silent movie actor, so it's kind of just like what I was
Oh
telling
yeah.
him about. It's like
I
just
expect
overacting.
your voice to be wild and crazy.
Okay. Either way you look at it, that's an 11. I rolled 2 10s and a 1, which
That's
is
nice.
a really good success.
Okay.
So, I'll take my fork or something like that.
That is it. You're
He
like
did the thing
You-
from the thing.
You're like,
It's always nice to meet a fan.
you are like the greatest mime of your generation.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a great compliment coming from
It
a real
is.
French.
A Frenchman.
Yes.
Says,
Here,
I'm so sorry that you have caught me at such a vulnerable moment with Dr. Abernathy and these spoiled eggs. It is
No. If I have you to thank for all of these pancakes, I should be asking for your autograph.
But I would give it. I would be flattered for yours as well, Monsieur
Oh,
Lawrence.
sure. I write something down on one of the restaurant's linen napkins. Yeah.
This is-
You accidentally signed the check.
Nice,
I genuinely heard the crack.
nice. Love it.
You wound me.
Oh, that's awesome.
he's-
Are you
I'm back.
Is
Clip
this the
that.
first person who
yes,
actually...
Somebody please clip
Aldrin.
that.
I think this is the first actual fan that Johnny has met.
Damn,
Already thinking
okay.
of how I can leverage this for more food.
I love
Food and
Holdren.
drinks.
Kiel Holdren is like, is
The
this
two
the
most
first
important
person?
people in this hotel, the ones who serve the drinks and the ones who serve the food, are both on my side.
I'm glad you took the fingers down in that order. Thank you for that.
18 plus.
Yes, thank you, Coltrane. You are correct. Paul Byers was a bit of a fan, but clearly Jean Olivier is on another level.
He not only knows Johnny, but he likes him.
Jean says, I become distracted. Dr. Abernathy, my sincerest apologies. For whatever reason, I forgot your order. It pains me to say it. I'm not proud. I improvised, assuming that you would want the eggs as I gave them to you. Upon being reminded, I serve them correctly to you, I hope.
It's quite all right. I know there's a lot to keep up with, and more as an offhand comment than anything else. I say, you didn't also forget what day it is, did you? And I kind of laugh that off.
Just no. Today I did not forget. Today is today. You can roll your psychology, however, if you wish.
I say,
so now that
well,
I know that it's not sense motive.
It's wonderful. Regardless, that is an 5. That is an extreme success.
Hey!
I already had a check mark, but I'll take the extreme success.
You catch just a momentary flicker of the eyes back and forth, almost not suspicious of you, but as almost as though looking for an escape from that question.
Mm-hmm.
He did not. You believe him to be telling you the truth. Today he did not forget that today was today. But that may not be a foreign concept to him. This might not be the first time it has occurred to him to forget what day it might be.
I in my most what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of reassuring demeanor. You can decide if that's a skill roll or not. I say, I like maybe reach out and put my hand on his wrist, and I say, Chef Olivier, Chef Olivier, are you having memory lapses? Have you forgotten what day it was recently? It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I'm into this. You really ought to roll something. What do you think is most appropriate?
It's either charm or persuasion, whichever you think it is, I guess.
Persuasion.
I'm content with either. You are telling him. I think I often default to charm and just kind of an affability, likability, talk to me kind of.
I'm way better at charm than persuasion.
If you wanted to try and get a check in your persuasion, though, you are telling him that you should tell me things because I'm a doctor.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll go for it.
Do you
I'm going to use
that
my check
bonus
mark.
Die? There it is.
Yep, I'm going to use the bonus die in hopes of landing this very hard roll. I am gonna.
Erik?
I was going like this, trying to can I make mine appear?
Let's see, try it again.
So I missed by 5 with the bonus die. I think the value of this information is such that I'm gonna burn 5 luck.
Yay, we're using a mechanic!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna burn 5 luck to make this a success. Do I get a check when I burn luck? I don't think I.
There is no checks for luck.
Is a good question. There's no checks for luck.
Oh, right. What you're saying, yeah, right. If you're using it,
So I just lowered my luck down by 5 to make this successful, but I don't think I get a check mark when I use luck.
I am trying to look it up quickly.
I'll look it up if you want to keep running, but I don't think you do.
Optional rule spending luck is on page 99 or 125. If I don't find it on 99, I will move on.
It was indeed on point.
No skill improvement check is earned if luck points were used to alter the die roll.
There you go.
There you
That
go.
makes perfect sense to me. But I still wanted to know. I guess I could have pushed it, but I didn't.
Is this your first occasion using your bonus die today, Dr. Abernathy?
No, it is my second.
Okay. I've been trying to reimburse people for the ones that Erik bought at the beginning of the stream, but I don't want to over-reimburse people.
No, I used one on archaeology as well.
So now...
We made one appear, now it's gone?
Well, yeah, I took it away because I just wanted you to have the trick of making one appear.
But I thought I used my one that I had earlier, and then I had the one.
Oh, did you not use it? All right, there you go. Boom. It's up there again.
Yay!
All right, the top row has theirs. I don't get to roll dice that often, so I still got
like
my
it.
very first one. I
That curly over here.
I can't make it move.
Get my dice spin or my star spin.
I appreciate the Globetrotters reference, though.
Well, so I persuaded him to tell me what's
You didn't
going
need
on,
nieces.
and but
Oh,
the expense of luck and no check mark.
And he seems to almost forget that Johnny is here. A terrible occurrence for Johnny, as always. And just get real with you for a second. It says, no, doctor. It has happened that I have fallen asleep on the job from time to time, between shifts, of course. And as I am, as things are progressing well towards the next meal, and I have a moment, I keep a very busy schedule, and I will occasionally fall asleep. And when I wake, I am not certain of the time, or the place, or the date on occasion. But today, I am Johnny on the spot. He's not right, Mr. Lawrence.
Good one.
Mr. Laurent. Yes, please, I do hope so that you will return to me at the lunchtime, and I will go for you whatever you like. I have much veal left from the previous evening. I could cook for you the veal, even though it is not
No
so
veal.
special today. I could have the veal.
No veal. That's fine. Whatever you prepare will be fine, I'm sure, as long as it's a club sandwich.
I'm delighted by that.
I'm gonna like whatever you make, as long as it's a club sandwich.
With the crust cut off and then
Yeah,
little
right.
triangles.
Special freaking order, yeah.
I say, but so Abernathy's thinking there may be something like environmental going on here, like there's a gas leak or something that's causing Travis and the chef to lose time or whatever. So, I mean, he's not thinking anything weird is going on other than there might be something environmental, right? So I'm like, if you notice this again, you need to come talk to me. And if you feel dizzy, if you fall asleep unexpectedly, you need to let me examine you.
What?
And I'm like, I mean it. Like, I burned luck on this.
Yeah.
I mean it. I am persuading your ass.
If the doctor insists, then I will let you know.
Please do.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I seem to be wanted in the kitchen. And as he departs, Miss Boyle is arriving at the table, and she is looking more in keeping with your expectations, Johnny.
I'm sure that was her goal.
There she is, the woman of the hour.
Mr.
I go and I give a wink to Dr. Abernathy before I turn back.
He is totally not cool. Like, he was just talking about this woman, and he was all into this whole mystery, and now she's standing here, and he's like blushing for no apparent reason.
It's really
It's like
fortunate
he's
that you
speaking
have
with a
enough
different brain.
mustache up here.
He's like unwilling to look at her, and he's like suddenly very interested in pouring
I'm just gonna
coffee in a full
rearrange
cup.
my silverware this way and that
Yeah.
way.
It's like he's thinking with a different brain.
Johnny's going to try his best to play it cool, which he does professionally, thank goodness, because he is also, very excited by all of this sort of thing,
You have the the upper
But in
hand of
the
being a professional
Sort of
actor,
excited instead of the
however.
sort of excited, you know?
I immediately start trying to do whatever Johnny does.
That's dangerous.
Oh, I got to think of things to do.
Mr. Lawrence, good morning.
Whoa.
Thank you for your patience.
Like, he puts his hand on his hip, straightens his hair. I do the same thing.
He strokes his pencil-thin mustache. You
That's
stroke
right.
it.
Plucking
My
my
hand
mustache
disappears
hairs
in
out
my
one by one.
mustache.
Okay.
He suddenly has a dog next to him going,
Man, anyway. What did she say again?
She says, good morning, and thank you for your patience.
Oh, of course. Here, I stand up and I offer her, I pull out a seat for her.
I stand up.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out some cigarettes. I'm like,
She sits down and says-
Dr. Abernathy, this is your table. Do you smoke?
So polite.
I take a cigarette and I say, no, I do not.
And I offer one to Francis as well.
Miss Boyle takes it.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and
She
I'll
waits for a
give-
light, of course.
I'll give her a light, and then I'll turn to Dr. Abernathy. Right.
And he's also trying to give Miss Boyle a light.
you guys are clinking hands with
Sounds
lighters.
like a Mel Brooks thing. Like, I like take the candle over
All right.
there and set her hair on fire.
I'm
or
gonna
something.
close my eyes.
I just watched Dracula Dead and Loving It again 2 days ago, and I love Mel Brooks and Leslie Nielsen and anyway, sorry, that has nothing to do with Call of Cthulhu. I
don't know if I've seen that one. Sounds like something I'd like, though.
You can watch it for free on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Okay. I remember he was young Frankenstein, right?
Yeah, your
Yeah,
time is
Mel
better
Brooks
Young
spent.
Frankenstein was amazing.
But he wrote and directed Young Frankenstein.
That was
Okay.
a fun one. That was Gene Wilder. Robin
Yep.
Robin Hoodman in Tights was him as well.
Yep. Blazing Saddles.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Let's see.
I need to have a
So,
very Jewish Mel Brooks character in the next scenario.
Oh my God! What are they doing here?
I'm sorry, Miss Boyle. I was going to start asking around for your missing belongings, but the first person that I spoke to here was Dr. Abernathy, and he invited me to sit down with him for a small breakfast. So, I mean, who was I to say no to that?
She looks to Dr. Abernathy. Johnny, you haven't rolled psychology yet today, have you? Have either of you?
Oh, no.
I have a couple of times. I'm happy to do it again,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've succeeded at one.
Go ahead and roll anyway. We'll let you both roll so Johnny has the chance to improve something, because Johnny
This
didn't
is
have the
a-
chance to improve much.
This
I
is a
did
big
not.
fat 10, so. Oh, and that's a 9.
Ah! Okay, so you get a check mark.
I'm sitting down next to the doctor is rubbed off on me.
She was waiting for you to say something that would give away the name of this gentleman. And you gave it to her, and she is immediately grateful. Not
Mhm.
to you, just kind of cosmically like, okay, this was one of the names he said. I'm supposed to know this person.
Yes. You remember Dr. Abernathy from our game last night? I said.
Did you roll as well, by the way, Doctor?
I failed so terribly. I didn't fumble, but I tried to.
Okay.
He wasn't playing with us, of course. He was in the. He was a little bit off to the side. He was sponsoring one of the other gentlemen who we were playing against.
I see. Good to see you again, Dr. Abernathy.
And you, Miss Boyle.
Johnny, I believe you were going to assist me in locating my misplaced belongings today.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, Dr. Abernathy, I don't think I actually took the time to ask before we got started on our conversation, but have you seen a little...
Dr. Abernathy doesn't need to be bothered by such things.
Oh, well, if not Dr.
I say,
Abernathy...
well,
Madam, Dr. Abernathy's been staying here for weeks on end. I've come to understand if not Dr. Abernathy, then who should we ask?
I sit up a little straighter.
Well, as you said, he was departed from the events of the evening. It's unlikely that he should have to bother with our concerns.
That's an excellent point. So where was it that you last saw this? So where was it that you last saw this little velvet bag of yours? So we can start retracing your steps.
She glares daggers at you.
I say, have you seen it since you passed it to the European gentleman in the bar last night?
Dun, dun,
She
dun.
turns to you. It is hard to read the emotions going through her face. She's having so many. Says, I'm sorry. Are you saying that you have seen my velvet bag and that it has been... someone else has it?
Saying that you quite surreptitiously exchanged it for a rather large wad of cash that I assume is still in that purse.
The clutch
Unless it
that
ended
she's
up in-
holding slides back off the table. I'm realizing it's beneath the camera, but it slides off the table and goes into her lap.
Johnny just like kind of leans back a little bit.
Say, I'm not trying to be mysterious, miss. You're the one who was acting so clandestine.
Francis, honey, Dr. Abernathy appears that he might be able to assist. He said, Dr. Abernathy seems like he is just trying to assist you in locating your misplaced belongings. This is exactly what we were hoping for. What good fortune that we bumped into the good doctor here. Very first try.
She has seated herself at the table.
Out of all the people in this crowded mezzanine this morning, what good fortune we have had.
I dig it.
It all flies completely over my head.
I'm trying to imagine what it looks like with Johnny sitting there and all these empty plates just piled up.
I'm thinking it's sort of a Bugs Bunny thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Make a spot hidden roll, Johnny. You're on the same side of the table as Miss Boyle.
And you're on the spot.
Yep. I'm gonna use the same dice as last time. That works. That's some degree of success. Normal.
That's a normal success. All right. As she pulls the clutch into her lap, she opens it with one hand and reaches the other inside. And
I immediately tense up because I know there's a pistol in there, and I'm like literally ready to tackle her.
Well, you saw that she pulled that off the table, and you believe that there's a pistol in there. You saw it last night. Johnny now sees the butt of a pistol in there, and she has her hand on it in her lap.
That's when I start saying
the crowded mezzanine.
All this people in this crowded mezzanine that we just happened to bump into Dr. Abernathy first, and he knows exactly what happened to your missing belongings. All we have to do now is find that one European gentleman.
Or you could just ask the Reverend over there, again, flying over my head, but I'm watching her arm. The Reverend over there, who's just finishing his breakfast, was part of the whole exchange.
She kind of looks out of the corner of her eye and locks Reverend and part of the exchange and whatnot. Well. If this European gentleman has my bag, then I should be inquiring with him about it. You wouldn't happen to know his name or where he's staying?
I don't. I've kept up with what Abernathy does and doesn't know on the board, and he doesn't know.
I would agree with that.
See, I can describe him to you. I could also tell you he's not in this room. And do I know if that guy's been regularly in the hotel over the last few months? Was he more likely a visitor yesterday?
He is not a as new arrival as Mr. Kealy or Mr. Lawrence, but he is new compared to you.
Okay, but I do think he is a hotel resident.
Yes, at least as of last night.
Okay, well, I share that with her. I say, I think he's staying here. I don't think he just dropped by the bar to buy your velvet bag.
Well, thank you for your help, Doctor. Mr. Lawrence.
Anytime, Toots. You just let me know if there's any other ways we can
Like Abernathy can't help himself but just to repeat Toots under his breath and just giggle.
She reaches up onto the table with a glove.
I want to be like,
and takes some non-selected bit of meal from Johnny's breakfast, an apple or a few orange wedges, but takes those in hand. Says, "Thank you so much for solving my problem. I think I will adjourn to my room for now."
Could we get you some breakfast, Miss Boyle?
A handful of your sausages.
As I see her grabbing sausages.
You heard the lady, Mr. Abernathy. She has places to be.
That won't be necessary.
Pressing matters.
Thank you, gentlemen, both so much.
Hey, so glad that we could meet and be of service to you. Johnny is very much making sure that he does not say anything like, let us know what else we can do for you, happy to help, or anything like that, because he's like, actually, no, this is great. Would be a fantastic place for us to end our relationship.
That's exactly when Dr. Abernathy says, I'd like to be more involved in this.
Oh.
This is why actors don't ab-lib.
I say, if I've done something to offend you, I'm not sure what, but hopefully I have been helpful. I'm sure I can find this man with you. We can go talk to the desk clerk and see if we can locate him. He's rather distinct, Austrian, German, something like that. Sure, I can help you find him. Did you sell this item to him under some sort of duress, or is it a deal that you now regret? Because no one should be taking advantage of you. If you were weak or drunk, it's okay. A number of people were in their cups last night.
Rob is turning to the book for something real quick.
Okay. We can vamp.
In the meantime, Misty Mountain Gaming Dice, everybody. Responsible for all of our successes so far.
Sam, is that you?
Those are the ones you want. They're awesome.
These are actually the ones that have been helping me out tonight. Were the ones that I won as part of one of Misty Mountain's giveaways. The little Galaxy whatever acrylic dice.
Those are the acrylics. See, once I started using the metal, I have to use metal now.
Yep.
They're too cool.
Oh, those are the dragon scale ones, aren't they?
They're like the Captain America dragon scale things, yeah.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen those yet.
I let it go till we had one box left at GaryCon, and then I bought them.
Nice. And Eric's got the broadcast dice. What stone is
the
that?
custom broadcast dice made by John himself.
What stone is that?
It's obsidian.
Oh, that's cool. So cool.
With white print,
dragon glass.
He gave me 3 sets that were custom dice for broadcast, and one was obsidian. The other was obsidian and opalite mixed, which was they're utterly insane. They're gorgeous. I gave them to my partner in crime, and then I got some glass ones as well, and they're just gorgeous.
See if I can get my.
So, Doctor, we've allowed you to roll your persuasion already.
Get in the way.
You can choose your persuasion or your charm. I assume you will choose the charm.
Yeah, I got to go for charm. I need a check mark in it, and I'm pretty good at it. So I don't have any bonus dice, so I'll just go for it. Shoot, no, I missed it by about 10. I'm not going to burn that much luck.
Okay.
If it's worth pushing. I'm very interested. What's the consequence of pushing?
So, if you push the roll, she has no reason to tell you anything right now. If you convince her that you are cool,
An ally,
in antithesis to how you have been behaving up until now, but
right?
if you somehow convince her that you are cool, then she might open up to you. However, you will be taken from an if you fail a push roll, you'll be taken from an affable and well-intentioned, observant fellow to a problem in her mind.
Right.
One that will require correcting.
Hmm. I guess I'll let her go. I'm not going to risk it. I don't need. She seems like too important a player for me to ostracize.
Okay.
Worst
You will say if you were under duress or you were drunk or anything, then you should be able to tell me. And she says, "I do appreciate your professional concern, Doctor. But to hear you tell it, I have concluded my business here. So I'll be gathering my things and leaving."
Am I picking up that she's also having? No, that's what the psychology roll was for, probably. So I don't get that she's also having memory issues, right?
You can do the psychology again if you wish.
Let me try. That's another one that I
Maybe we
should be
drank a
good
lot
at.
of it.
And I made it exactly. Thanks to
Exactly.
the 3 points I added to it last game, I made a 43.
Woohoo! Investigator
Yeah!
improvement phase. It has turned out. Yeah,
43 against a 43.
she is listening to you telling her about her own evening last night, like she's listening to the latest radio drama. Like she's like,
She was blackout drunk.
uh-huh. Oh, I did. Then I guess I'm good. I guess it, yeah. Right then. Just kick the dust off of this town off my shoes.
I mumble something about how 2 times is a coincidence and 3 times is a pattern. To no one in particular. And I say, are you having some sort of memory loss, miss? Do you remember these events? I ask before you answer because 2 other individuals have this very day reported to me a loss of their memory, faculties, recollection of the events of the last couple of days. I think there may be something strange going on here.
No.
I get that she might not tell me, but I go ahead and tell her because Abernathy is without pretense, right? Like he doesn't have any guile.
She says, now that you mention it, I have just remembered that I need to be packing my things. Thank you so much for the conversation, if you will excuse me.
So, of course.
She rises and she closes the handbag with a snap. Gets her dress out of the way of the chair and gives a quick nod to both of you. And
I
excuses
stand up when
herself.
she stands up, and I look to see what Johnny does.
As
Like
she
he's going to
leaves.
kiss her hand or something. I do.
As she leaves, she takes a bite out of that piece of fruit that she collected.
Johnny's gonna do one of these numbers. Just to be polite, oh yeah, I'll get up when you. Now I'm gonna sit down, right back down, and let the lady with the gun walk off.
It is very close to the ending of our stream for the night, so let's quickly return to Ellie. We've spent too little time with you this stream. Thank you for your patience.
Hello.
Downstairs, you've been doing work. I don't.
There's
presume
another
you
batch
have...
ready by now.
What?
Another batch of whiskey ready by now.
I know, right?
I presume you have no reason to have gone upstairs just yet. But as you are hanging out down here, Cosette has been busying herself downstairs, and she has actually come and gone once or twice from the laundry area to run errands and do work in other parts of the hotel. But there is like this kind of employee break room down here where you can sit and have a smoke and refresh yourself and just be away from where anybody can grab you, but still be where they know where you are, so if they really need you, they can come get you. You know, the kind of places.
Yeah.
And Terry the bellhop comes down there, and he lights up a smoke, and he leans his head out the door and calls out to you and says, "Hey, Ellie, could I get one of those from you? If that's all right."
Is he referring to one of my drinks?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I'll turn around and like get one of my like kind of jugs that I'm putting finished product in. Yeah, I'll get you a drink if you'll get me a smoke.
He happily makes that trade. Underneath the
I'll walk
bellhop's
in the
jacket,
door
he's
then.
got the sleeves rolled up, and he takes a cigarette out from that rolled up sleeve and hands it to you. Says, "Drop the die." There it is. Thanks, Ellie. It's been a bit of a long night. Did you hear all that mess last night?
You said his name was Terry, right?
Terry.
What do you mean that mess last night? I was sleeping. I was having a good time. Asleep. Not doing anything else.
Well, this guy up on the 5th floor put a bullet through his door last night. The cops aren't doing anything. They're not doing a damn thing. I gave my testimony and everything. I was in the hall when he pulled the trigger.
You were? What time of night? Said in the middle of the night?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember the time. It's all a bit hazy, you know.
Well, he said he put a bullet through his door. Was there somebody standing on the other side?
No, just nobody there. Just an empty hallway. The guy's a lunatic.
So something must have spooked him then. I doubt he's using hotel property as a target practice.
I don't know. He's one of those California types. You know, they're a little different.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean,
He seemed so normal when he came in.
She takes a very long drag of the cigarette that she's got standing out there with him.
He takes a hit
listen.
of this whiskey you've given him.
I don't judge a man for protecting himself with his firearm. You know, it is what it is. But what were you doing up there?
Oh, just sort of making the rounds at night. Miss Joe pays to keep me around in the evenings just in case anyone needs anything.
Okay.
He sounds like Patrick Warburton.
Whoa!
Just a little.
Do not bring forth the name, sir.
That's something of a problem, that is.
That's gonna be a real issue for me if you're gonna try to mess up my dating scene.
Those older broads, they a lot of experience, if you don't mind a little mileage on the vehicle.
They like to get straight to business.
They're built for comfort, not for speed.
This is why I've made no progress.
This is just reminding me of that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin where the lady takes out
John
her...
Katie can't get shit done.
Ellie's story never moves along as we all end up just making terrible jokes.
Why don't you...
Sorry, I started it.
Why don't you roll your psychology?
Wait, that's not 40-Year-Old Virgin. Which one is it where the lady takes out her teeth? Is 40-Year-Old... No, Bruce Almighty?
You're talking
Yes,
Kingpin
Man.
or something.
That's Yes Man. It's a Jim Carrey
Yes,
movie.
Man. That's very low.
Okay.
Oh, there
Because
we
I
go.
did take some points in psychology, so let me see.
Oh
if
no, I
can-
was thinking Kingpin when he looks in the mirror and she's back in the back seat going, ah!
I'm sorry, doing
18
what?
plus.
She wants him to pay his rent by taking care of her. You've never seen Kingpin?
I'm not.
Woody
Mutually
Harrelson?
beneficial
Oh, it's
relationship.
brilliant. Fucking brilliant Farrelly Brothers movie. Oh my god.
How'd it go, Ellie?
Very badly.
Oh.
Well,
Hence the slow delivery.
you've
of
got
the
a
roll.
reroll, your bonus die.
You do have a bonus die. Would you want to roll it?
You have a star in the corner.
To avoid having a 100, yes.
Oh,
I think I
well,
should.
let's do that. As you roll again, let me quickly...
1 point of luck.
Wait, you
Get away
rolled
from
all zeros?
No. Yes.
Oh.
Well, no.
Wait.
No, it's the double zero. It's a double zero and a 1. Is that not a 100?
Oh, no,
That's
one.
an alt one.
That's
That's
the
the best
opposite.
possible roll.
That's
Oh.
the best possible roll you could have rolled.
I'm going to give your bonus die back.
Shit, my bad.
No,
I thought
reroll
that was
Bling.
the D100s confuse me.
That is a
My
certain
bad.
elegant element of the D20, because the 1 and the 20 look nothing alike.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. The numbers on these dice are very confusing for me.
No,
I'm
no,
so
it's
sorry.
fine. So a double 0 as your percentile dice
Yeah.
is what you want.
Oh, it's yeah. Okay, so I'm
Un-
under 10.
Unless you rolled
it
a
is
zero.
All zeros.
Unless it's all zeros.
And then that's
Oh.
the
And then that's
worst
100.
you can get.
Gotcha. I was literally doing like 100 in my head.
No,
I saw
you're
it.
good.
Sorry. My bad.
It's the opposite.
Okay, so it's a 1.
This- can you tell we're all Dungeons and Dragons players here? People on the channel. I would be having the same problem. I just don't roll as many dice as you guys roll in this game.
Math is really
Wait,
hard.
It's not actually math though. It's more like just using
It's number
percentile dice.
identification.
Like if you could get a Misty Mountain Gaming 100 die, if you wanted a
A
D100,
D100
They
die.
exist.
then all you have to do is roll that one die and you're fine.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you break
There you
your
go.
desk when you do.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
That little
Yeah,
the
wow.
round one that has every single
Where
number on it.
this just in, we're gonna start selling some desks. Kidding, I don't.
So, with
What it-
a
once you
critical
break your desk.
success on your psychology roll, when you asked what Terry was doing in the hallway there,
You read his mind.
he was not expecting that question. He was not prepared for an answer to that question. And he says literally the first thing that came to his brain, which is not the truth. You can't assume what the truth might be, but you know that Terry just lied to you, and not that well. And Terry is not a guy that you credit for even trying to lie to people.
Or even having brain cells.
He is
Yeah.
he is definitely himbo
Bad
material. Yeah, he is. It's almost like more like Terry lied to me. Terry lied to me. But
The moron?
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah, that was you don't think like Joe has after hours staff and Terry's not one of them. And
Yeah. You should have been asleep or something.
or something. Anyway, he gives you that answer and you know what you know.
I'm gonna step a little bit closer to Terry.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
With
look at
that
him.
breath.
He's not
I'm
sure
gonna look
what's,
at him like that.
he's not sure what's going on.
It's an inhale on the cigarette and then
Uh-huh.
right at his face.
Okay, it's up.
It's up at his face. Terry.
Ellie?
Gotta be honest with you.
Okay.
You know some things about me. You see, and she like gestures behind her. You know, there's some things happening here that are, less than, I wouldn't say legal, just less than, you know. But Terry, I don't appreciate hearing you try and lie to me when this relationship does not have room for secrets.
No, Miss Ellie, I wouldn't lie to you, Miss Ellie.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just did. So, you got about 5 seconds to correct your answer to my question.
I didn't think we were gonna get to roll intimidate in this session, but roll intimidation.
Just go break into your
Okay.
room and take your stuff.
Oh my goodness, Ellie's
Right.
about to get
Resident Snoop and Strong
I'm gonna
Arm.
say,
My theory is that Terry is having an affair with Hank as well.
oh no!
That actually
Hey.
aligns with something I wrote down as a potential plot.
I don't see. Oh, intimidate is a skill, and I took some points in it. Look at me go. Okay.
You did.
You have that
I
bonus
did. I
die.
did. I took points
Look at
in
me
intimidate.
go.
I have that.
Let me see.
You have that
Let me
bonus
see what I
die.
can
You're
do.
gonna do it. You're gonna do the bonus die. You're gonna not do the bonus
Yeah,
die.
let me put the bonus die in there.
Yeah, do the
I-
bonus
That
die
way,
in
if you
there.
succeed, you can get
I
better.
really want to scare Terry.
You want to
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Scary, scary. Scary Terry.
I'm imagining Terry Crews in my mind now. It's not appropriate, but I
Oh, it's got to be
Terry Crews.
Patrick
Okay.
Warburton from here on
There we
for
go.
me.
Okay. With the bonus.
Oh, wait. Ellie, I thought we were friends.
Don't worry about it, Terry.
Katie and
We
I
are friends.
just watched Hoodwinked, which is my favorite animated Patrick Warburton movie.
It was great. I'd never
Um,
seen it before.
Other than
I thought
I
you
can
said
watch
Terry
it.
was a big guy.
That
Like a fat
Netflix
guy. No, he's a broad.
series of unfortunate events
Okay.
is so good.
Lemony Snicket, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket is my my Netflix profile image right now.
That is so excellent.
Okay, so that is just barely a success. So I have a 20 in Intimidate, and with my extra die, that netted me a 19.
19.
Awesome.
Nice.
Check it.
So not a great success, but it is under
Hey,
the number that I needed.
Success is what we're looking for here. And Terry is taken aback, and the ash falls forgotten from the end of his cigarette. Says, I'm sorry, Ellie. It's Joe. She doesn't like everybody's business being everybody's business, and she. I'm coming through your mic, by the way, Steve. She told me not to talk to anybody about it. That Kealy guy. The Kealy guy is he's trouble. She wanted me to check up on him that night, and I was headed for his. I didn't make it there. I didn't even reach his door before he put a gunshot through it, and I ran. Ellie, I mean, what would you do if someone started firing gun in your general direction?
Well, I mean, I probably would have left. To be totally honest with you.
And that's what I did, and that's all I did.
But I mean, you
Oh.
said he didn't know you were there.
I mean,
So
I
what was
wasn't
he-
there. I didn't even make it halfway down the hall.
So what was
It's
he
like Warburton
firing?
doing a bad Jimmy Stewart. It's amazing.
It's not my Warburton is slightly more Warburton than this, but it is a deeper idiot voice, and I guess
I honestly, I just
Warburton
kept
does
hearing
the deep Iliad so well.
Jimmy Stewart in there. I just kept hearing it there.
But Ellie,
But Ellie,
I
I
didn't read it,
didn't
Ellie.
know I was there, Ellie. Sorry. Distracting everything.
it's all good. Honest, Ellie, I didn't. I didn't go. I don't know if he just. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You did.
Now
you
that's
did-
all I can hear.
Erik has a
Right.
good ear for voices. What can I say?
Well, listen, Terry.
I'm listening.
All right.
Did
I'll
he say
forgive
he's
you.
got dysentery? Sorry. I couldn't help myself. I apologize.
Okay. I'll forgive you this one time.
Thanks. Ellie.
But listen, You come down here, you work here. We all work here. We're like family. You don't come down here and lie to me like that. Especially when you're so fucking bad at it.
I'll work on it, Ellie. I'm sorry.
You work on your lying to other people. You work on your truthing to me.
That's yes, ma'am. That's Ellie.
Okay. Now,
that Kealy fella though, he's he is real trouble though. For your fella, that Ricci. You know, it's he called down to the desk and said that he was asking around, like snooping around his room, and you know, Miss Templeton and Mr. Lorenzo, they have a relationship, and well, Miss Templeton seemed to think it was a problem.
well, he won't be the first sniffing around, and he won't be the last. I will keep an eye on him. In the meantime, try to keep any stray bullets out of your face.
I will do that, Miss Ellie. I'm sorry. You
Yeah,
have a
you
little
better be
more
sorry.
whiskey.
Yeah, you get the rest of the swill. It's in the bag.
Excelsior.
Dealer.
Gotta throw a hiccup in there. Can
Uh,
I get a little more? Can I get a little more whiskey?
he runs off to get a little more of the bin juice.
It's the runoff, basically.
Ellie, you kind of got stuff where it's supposed to be for now. Where are you heading next?
She has 2 different goals, both of which may be met by going upstairs. Distilling is not an all-day thing. You check on stuff, you make sure it's working, and then once it's working, you leave it like it is, and you come back later and product is there. It doesn't require all-day, monitoring. So once everything's all set, she's got 2 ideas in her head. One, she is curious about Hank and his whole, forgetting thing, right? Because he was weird when she talked to him, and now the whole cassette thing is just kind of throwing her off. The other thing is she's looking for Dr. Abernathy, because he is the smartest and most gullible person that she knows. And she wants him to take a look at this paper that she found outside of the preacher's door, which is her official story.
That's a good thought. Let's end on that good thought. We're 10 minutes beyond the hour where I normally would try to let people go. I think for the purposes of our next stream, we will pick up in the evening again as people head off to do different things and kind of convene again around dinner time around the Avalon restaurant and the mezzanine bar. And we will discuss. If you have anything you really wanted to get done in the morning or the afternoon, you can message me and we'll if it's worth role playing, we'll role play it. Otherwise, I might let you make a roll and we'll message it and handle it away from the cameras. Thank you guys very much though for not ceasing to entertain me throughout the evening. This was a wonderful session. I really enjoy your characters. They are all, for varying reasons, greatly hilarious to me. I don't know if we're all just funny people or if if we're trying to be intentionally funny or if I'm just amused by the wrong things. But this is really fun. We've learned a few more things about what are going on. I hope that is interesting and entertaining and enticing to people to return next week to see more of what we get up to. Anything that you guys want to shout out or recommend people towards before we go tonight?
I will encourage everybody to come by tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, at Erik Braa on Twitch, and hang out with us and have a beverage and give us things to talk about.
That'd be great. I have turned into the Erik Braa broadcast happy hour many a time. I've been a guest many a time as well. Before we started doing Bible study on Tuesday nights, it is a good time. It is a good hang. Erik and Bliss are entertaining internet personalities to kill an afternoon with. I'm gonna try again. Ah, look!
It did work.
It worked. Steve
All
got it
about
to work.
Kingpin.
Hey,
Don't
I've
know.
never stopped by. I'll come watch that.
I
Yeah, I was
typed
just
that in
thinking that.
exactly.
I think I'm gonna have
It's
to
a
do
good
it too.
time.
I just
Yeah.
hit a follow on you guys.
Play some
That sounds like
Jackbox.
fun.
Yes, thank you. Please do, Eric.
Ooh,
Um,
I'm great
Well,
at
I don't
Jackbox.
think there's gonna be Jackbox tomorrow because every time I play, the damn thing crashes. So
Yeah.
we will.
Wait, Eric, have you played Gartic Phone yet?
What's that?
it's
Gartic Phone?
it's like a free
No.
Jackbox with
Yeah,
not
if
as
you
many
if you
ads, but you
like
don't pay for it.
Oh.
Jackbox, Gartic Phone's really fun. I've been playing it on
Eric
stream.
and I have also played Golf with Friends now and again, which
Oh yeah.
I love Golf with Friends.
I would love.
I
Oh,
bought
yeah.
it just to play with you, and I haven't played it since the
Let's-
last time that we played.
Let's get together a time where we can all play some Golf with Friends together. 'Cause that would
Yeah,
be-
for
that would be a
sure.
good
That'd
time.
be great.
Anyways,
I'm sure I know others that would be jumping at that chance too.
I hate to be sending people away from this channel when we're also going to be streaming tomorrow night, but I will probably be tuning into the broadcast after I get done with Bible study. But there is Dungeons and Dragons happening on this channel tomorrow night.
Of course.
It'll be a break from the normal Edge of Knowledge game as DM Dan James runs one of the adventures from the Keys to the Golden Vault, one of the heist adventures from D&D, as some of his normal players will not be around. So he'll be running a two-shot heist adventure beginning tomorrow night on Tuesday. Spelljammer is back on Wednesdays. Rob Riflestud, Happy Nerd Photo, is returning with a new cast of characters for a sci-fi D&D adventure. We have new painting streams on Thursday nights if you just want to chill and hang out. Have something open in another tab while you're over at Eric's other happy hour stream, and have some lo-fi on and watch some. It's been Star Wars miniatures the past 2 weeks. Just see some Star Wars guys getting painted. And
Cool.
we'll be back on Friday nights playing some video games for your entertainment with the Existential Nerd. Other than that, thank you guys for contributing. Thank you again to Grimforge for going towards our show exclusive Dice Mug giveaway. Thank you to all of my wonderful players who took time out of their busy weeks to hang out with us and to play some Call of Cthulhu and to entertain me and you and one another with their weird-ass antics. And thank you to Leo Yeager, who gave out some community subs this very minute. We are now at
Awesome.
Oh, yay!
a little bit closer to our 50 goal. Thank you very much, dude. Leo, gifted to D20 Tales. That's awesome. Leo is a fellow League of Legends player and has been hanging out in our Discord, very active for a while, has avidly collected some of our dice. Very cool dude. And friend of Maple Prism, who we remember
Only
from
10 more to go.
Yep, 10 more to go. We're nice round 40 for the end of the streak.
Nice.
Let's find a place to go. It looks as though Chronicles of Andrasia, Curriculum of Chaos. Let's go to Fabled 42. Let's go to Friends of Eric's for tonight. Let me set that raid up.
Those folks are. Whoa, guys!
Oh,
Leon just
what?
came in.
Leo!
You just met your goal.
Boom.
Leo is a stinking.
Oh, shit.
Boom, shakalaka.
Do you realize this is
No!
this is the end of the stream?
He's hitting up from downtown.
Gosh, thank you, Leo. 10 community subs.
Hey,
and
yo.
I'm gonna wait
12
here
or
for the
13?
notifications to come through. Mud's Eye, regularly on the channel, gifted a subscription from Leo. Hot damn, bro. Just waiting for more names to pop up
absolutely
here.
crazy.
I love.
Nat Jester 1. What was that, Eric?
Damn, bro.
Pwn donkeys. That's great.
Are you seeing stuff before I'm seeing it?
Yeah, I can see them all.
Yeah,
they're in the chat.
Robert,
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
there we
in
go.
chat.
Mythical
Mud's
Mania.
Eye, Nat Jester, Hades, Omnihar, Digital
Final
Club,
cat ears.
Pwn donkeys, Mythical
Hades.
Mania.
I love Hades. Mythical Mania,
James
James!
Licious?
James has been here watching us. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, man. Something to look forward to next stream. Indeed, we'll do another giveaway Monday night. In fact, I've got it behind me. Hang on.
It's behind him. But that's King Tut.
If it's another one of these
Are you giving away King Tut?
mugs, we sold out of these things at Gary Con. They
Mike,
were
do you have a
We
Stargate
instantly-
background
Did.
or something like that?
What's that? Oh,
It's Norse runes. Oh, and it's got
Okay.
an ankh.
Oh, it's the Ong.
There we go. I'm like, I know reminds me of Stargate, but I know they're not the
Right.
right symbols because I know the Stargate symbols.
There's the bag. Dice that you can't quite see going into them. Dice that you can't quite see going into them. So there's a little bit of mystery
Yeah.
reserved. Dice that you
Hey.
can't quite see going into
Are
them.
those sets?
There's sets, yeah. And then
Holy
got-
shit snack.
my favorite little horn mug. I like the ones with curves. No, we need to appreciate curves a little more. There we do. And then we
I
put
think we all
the
do.
dice inside, down inside the curves, and then that's going to be going to somebody here very shortly. Next week we will be doing a giveaway. Thanks
I
to
think
Leo.
it's because you're ridiculously handsome.
It's really. Well, Steve. Wait, Steve is here with us. He can do it better than I can do it. Steve, would you favor us with a little Zoolander?
Good.
Sorry.
Nobody likes to do
That is my-
requests.
We're,
amazing.
we're ridiculously
No.
Yeah,
great,
that is my
great
third
movie.
favorite movie of all time, though. And every time I
Third.
don't watch it, I think it goes up even higher. It's so much
Every
more
time.
quotable.
What
Every time I
amount
don't
of
watch it.
time is considered time for you not to watch Zoolander? Like every
I
second
don't
it goes up in your estimation, or
Yeah, something like that. It's just so much more quotable than like the Lord of the Rings, you know.
I noticed in our play-by-post server, Steve had
Okay,
a
hold
fashion
on, hold on.
designer modeled after Mugatu for a minute. Did you ever think that maybe there was more to life than being really, really ridiculously good-looking? Oh man, I just went back and watched Anchorman, and it had
Oh yeah,
I'm
it
talking
had
about
Ben Stiller being-
quotable.
Yeah,
Anchorman's probably fourth.
like the first time I saw Anchorman, I didn't like care who was acting in a movie, and like I didn't realize that that's Paul Rudd, you know, and that's Vince Vaughn. I can't believe Ben Stiller showed up in that fight scene. And then I started actually caring about actors and what else they appeared in and whatnot, and I went back and watched Anchorman, and not this most recent time, but a previous time that I watched it, it's like, I know all of these idiots. This is great. Thank you so much, Leo Yeager. That was super duper generous of you. Someone, maybe even you, is going to be enjoying a hot or cold beverage, genuine
do we
water
get
buffalo
to-
horn mug.
We have to wait till tomorrow or next Monday?
Yeah, we're gonna wait till next Monday so I can set up the giveaway so I can let people enter. And then
Oh, because
then
I was
once-
just gonna start typing giveaway now. All right.
no, it's not. It wasn't set up. Ah, that's great though. It's so beautiful that it.
I hope Leo
Pardon me.
gets an extra like ticket.
Leo has the hookup with me that he has elected not to use, but
Ah.
he has been generous on this channel many a time. Speaking of being generous on the channel, James has bought Ellie a bonus die going into the next stream.
Awesome.
Yay! I needed that.
All right.
Thanks,
Uh,
thanks buddy.
thank you so much for the last minute generosity, Leo. As Bender would say, let's party. Hang out with me. Let's play a game this week. After tomorrow, I'm home and up
Wipe
late.
my
Let's do it.
shiny metal ass.
That is a thing that Bender would say, but it's not a thing that I want to say to Leo.
Oh, right. Yeah. All right.
I think Bender always meant it in a nice way.
Sorry about that, man.
There are
don't know if
supposedly new
always.
episodes of Futurama coming this summer, and I'm so excited for it. Like I'm
It
more
is
excited for
good
that than-
news, everyone.
Are you
I'm more excited
Rob?
for Futurama episodes than I was for the D&D movie, or
By the way, I finally saw that, and I really enjoyed it.
it was good, wasn't it?
I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow, but yes, I absolutely enjoyed it.
I
It's
will.
fun.
I will try and tune in after the family get together tomorrow. Let's go ahead and head towards Fable 42. Go over there and fill their chat with eldritch gibberish and senseless
And beards.
emojis, and as many of
Oh.
Eric's beards. If you have access to those, please do.
what was the Eldritch thing that we were all posting? I forgot.
It was the Cthulhu Patagot and and I don't remember it all.
Does anyone have it?
Nah, Sheepy did. You can find it with a quick Google search. I trust everyone in this chat right now to be able to go to Google. Anyway, let's get out of here and send people over their way.
Julia Fatagan or whatever. Just search
Thank
that.
you
in
so
the
He's
much
a
for
real
watching. We'll
photographer.
hope to see you guys somewhere on the channel this week. If not, we'll see you back next here this
Monday.
week, next Monday for our giveaway. And just in case you don't hear it anywhere else this week, and I sincerely hope that you do, please always remember that we love you guys. Thanks so much. See you soon.